Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And so, with that wonderful rendition of the national anthem, we are ready, or just a few minutes away for some football. Good evening. Today is Friday, October the 24th, 2014, and we are live here once again at McKinley High School for tonight's matchup in this District 5-5A battle between the Catholic High Bears visiting the McKinley Panthers. The Catholic High Bears are 2-0 in district play, 6-1 overall. The Panthers are 4-3 overall, 1-1 in district play, dropping one to East Ascension a couple of weeks ago, and then a riveting defensive slobber-knocking slugfest, 7-3 at Santa Mar last week. They will now face one of their toughest challenges of the year in facing the Catholic High Bears and Darius Geis, who will be in the building. I'm here with Gerard Piper. He's kind of making his way through the crowd. There was a senior night. Still some of these young folks are in here breaking down afterwards. But Piper, before we turn to the field, any comments before the game?
Well, it's a big game tonight between McKinley High Panthers. Of course, I'm riding with the Panthers tonight, and this is a very important game for these guys. You know, this is going to really tell the coaching strategy, I think, of Coach Signator tonight. I think if he plays a disciplined game and he stays consistent with the running game, I think he'll have a chance tonight.
Well, you know, I think I agree with you. Coach Signator's whole, his MO is all about discipline, defense, running. That was what got them the, kind of an upset at Santa Mar on the road last week. And the defense and running game will definitely have to be potent and relatively mistake-free, really, to have a shot tonight against the Catholic High Bears, who are always a force in District 5-5A in Louisiana high school football. So we can hear the band striking up. We can hear. We hear the. Sorry about that. We got the band striking up. We got some folks in the building, and it's going to be. It's going to be a fun ride here on LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com. So thank you for joining us tonight. We should be set for football any moment now.
Let's go! Go McKinley High Panthers!
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we just,
Say something. Mic check with mic check.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Gotcha. Just be sure to speak up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Texas, the mic. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I think we're good to go. So the captains are meeting at midfield. You can hold it here. The captains are meeting at midfield, and they're getting the coin toss going. And this building is filled up very, very quickly here at McKinley High School. The bleachers are filled on both sides. That just tells you, gives you an idea of the electricity that can be expected in this game.
Yes, indeed. It's a very big matchup, man. I'm very, very excited, man. I mean, and it's a packed house. Catholic High, they really brought their alumni and their students over to tonight, and looks like it's going to be a barn burner tonight.
I expect it to be so. Of course, there's one name in the building of folks, of a guy, a young man who probably a lot of you high school fans know, and that's Darius Geist, the running back. The LSU, well, he's actually the LSU decommittee now, wants to take his trips, but he's probably, I'd say, good chance he's going to LSU next year. Nonetheless, he is all state, he's all something, and he's going to be a handful for these McKinley Panthers tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be the ultimate test right here to see just how far and to gauge how good the McKinley Panthers really are. You know, and I think that this is a real, real big game. I think that Darius Geist, they can control him on the offense, which is going to be pretty hard to do. He's been probably one of the best backs I've seen, him and Brosette with University High, those two guys, and I think both of them are committed to LSU, right?
Yeah, correct. Brosette is a committee to LSU. Geist committed and decommitted. He said supposedly so to be able to take his business to other colleges. Can't say I blame him. We'll see where he ends up, though.
Yeah, we'll see where he ends up. But on the other hand, McKinley has some nice running backs also. You know, they have.
Well, of course, you got our man Charles Vaughn. We have Jawan Ruffin, who's now a quarterback. Larry Moore. And I didn't seem to get a lot of action last time we brought you McKinley on Louisiana All-American Sports, but I'm looking forward to seeing Lil John Lewis get the ball.
Yeah, Lil John Lewis already. So we're going to find out what's going on. They're getting ready for the kickoff. The crowd is intense, and we're ready for the kickoff here at Louisiana All-American Sports Show.
Aiden Lopez set to kick the ball off. The Panthers are wearing their dark jerseys, their gray jerseys with blue letters. The Catholic High Bears wearing white jerseys with orange letters. The Panthers will be moving from right to left. The Bears from left to right.
And right offhand, we're going to find out what this team is all about. I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to come up out on offense. I imagine they're going to probably come out with Darius Geist.
I would also imagine so. They're going to probably run the ball early and often.
Again, potent offense that they have. Let's see how the McKinley defense hold up. And here we go with the kickoff.
Aiden Lopez kicks it deep. It's an end-over-end kick. It's down near the near sideline. Fielded the the return man steps out of bounds. That was number 1, Landon Flowers, and we are set for football. 1st and 10, Catholic High School.
Yeah, pretty short kick right there. He almost would have did better by letting it go out of bounds, but it looked like he fielded it, and he made a pretty good gain out of it.
So the ball's going to be set right at the 30. Well, it's going to be the 30 or the 31. Let's pick one, baby. It's going to be at the 31-yard line of the Bears, where they will take over 1st and 10. So now the band is kicked in, and we're ready to rock and roll. We are ready for football. 1st and 10. And I'll get the license plate on that quarterback in just a moment. Drops back, pumps, fires high. It's incomplete. The quarterback, number 14, Ian Bryan, a junior. Pass intended for number 1, Landon Flowers, and it's incomplete. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 yards to go.
Well, instead of they come out with Darius Geist, actually they came out and threw the ball first.
And Catholic has a competent passing game. As you can see, they have twins left, one to the right, spread formation. They will show some running looks. There's the handoff, and there's the speedy Darius Geist. He's going to carry for about a 4-yard gain and get stacked up around the 35-yard line, bringing up 3rd down.
Yeah, I've noticed already that a couple of players that looked like they slipped on the field. It looked like he kind of lost his footing on that one. That was a good defense, little gain. So it'll be brings up 3rd down.
3rd down, 5 yards to go. We hear the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust, all right, and we see it looks like a lot of dust is kicking up right there.
Yeah, it almost looked like when I played.
I formation, rolling out to the right. Fires downfield and is caught, complete to Landon Flowers, and that'll be a first down for the Bears. Nice throw on the run by Ian Bryan.
Oh, yeah, Ian Bryan kind of showed me something there. He actually was on his back foot, and he was able to fling the ball with the flick of his wrist about 20 yards down the field, and that was a hell of a game.
So that puts the football right at midfield. First down, 10 yards to go for the Catholic High Bears, and they're knocking on the doors. They're about to enter enemy territory shortly. First and 10, and Brian calling the signals. Man in motion. It's going to be a throw out into the flat. The recipient is number 22, Clyde Edwards-Hilaire, and he's going to move it. Gains about 6 on the play. It's going to be a second and short, it looks like.
Yeah, he went in motion and everything, and it was a set screen play to him, and he got a 5-yard gain on it. So it's going to be second and 5. It's 10 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the fourth.
6.
Oh, they actually gave him 6.
Yeah, they gave him 6 at the 44. So it'll be second down, 4 yards to go. Shotgun formation, twins left, twins right. Brian with one setback behind him, which is Geis. He's going to step up. He throws long. Oh, there's too much mustard on that hot dog. That was nowhere close to anybody. And that pass intended for number 4, Parker Sully, incomplete, and that will bring up third down and 4 yards to go.
Yeah, that was great defense by Jalen Johnson. He was one-on-one with that receiver, and he was able to stay locked in on him. So it made the quarterback have to overthrow the pass.
So it'll bring up third and 4. Shotgun formation. There is one running back lined up in the eye. There's the handoff, and that's Geis, and he slides. He is short. And so it'll be fourth and about 2. We'll see what Catholic High decides to dial up here.
Well, I could have pretty much guaranteed that they're going to go for it. It's fourth down. They have a high-powered offense. They have an all-state running back, and they're looking to the sidelines now to get the play, and they're bringing it in, and they're actually going to go for it. Fourth and 2.
So there's the check with me again. Let's see what Coach Wiener calls up. Fourth down, I formation. Looks like they're showing run. Oh, McKinley broached the neutral zone. And why work for something when your opponent gives it to you easily? That is our first penalty of the night. And that's something that McKinley has to make an exception, not the rule, or it'll be a very long evening for these Panthers.
It'll be a very long evening. They continue to make boneheaded plays like that. That is actually almost like a turnover. By being on fourth down, instead of giving them the chance, you just automatically you're just undisciplined and be able to jump in encroachment and give them 5 yards. So now we have first and 10 again. He hikes the ball. He gives it to Darius. And he pushes the crowd all the way down to the 25-yard line. It'll be another first down. Wow, that was a nice run right there.
And it was a good, powerful run. And if you're on defense, you've got to be dejected after you had your opponent to fourth down. There's a Catholic High player down. If you have your opponent all the way to fourth and short, and then you're ready to get off the field, get a blow, and then all of a sudden, they fool you with the cadence, and someone jumps off sides, and then you get gashed with a 10-yard run. It's like you feel like you've gone from the penthouse to the outhouse just like that. And
that's just how fast things can happen in this game of football. That's why it's always good to be disciplined on your defense, and especially with a team like this, with a potent offense that they have with the all-state running back Darius Geis running the ball. They had an advantage there for a while, 2 errant throws, and they was able to put Catholic High in a fourth down situation. But, hey, the penalty cost them a lot.
And they're marching down the field now. They're already they're deep in McKinley territory at the 25-yard line. This is how Catholic High, this is how they do their thing. They have a multi-dimensional offense, so they can pass and throw. When you get them in fourth down, you got to put your foot on their throat.
Exactly. You have to put your foot on their throat. And these type of opportunities that you have to be able to capitalize on. You can't give a team like this extra chances at the football.
First down, 10 yards to go. And there's the pass. It is caught. It is complete to Salik. And he's still on his feet down around the 14-yard line. That should be enough for another first down as Ian Bryan is just showing off that rifle arm of his.
Yeah, he really is. And he's just kind of just dinking and dunking a little bit right now, but they're doing a lot of screen passes and a lot of short routes, but they're getting a lot of run after the catch. And he was able to scoot up there for another first down and got the ball all the way to inside the red zone now.
So we're at the 13-yard line, first and 10, and here come the Bears. They're not hibernating. They're knocking on the door. And the Panthers have got to buckle down here. Ball's at the 13. There's the handoff. Geis around the left side, and looks like he's inside the 5. Very close to another first down. Depends on where the zebras spot the ball.
And you can pretty much bank on it that all of the plays now is going to be Darius Geis. He's just a touchdown maker, so I wouldn't see it any other way.
You're going to have up to 7 downs, assuming, yes, not a first down. You're going to have up to 7 chances to move the ball 3.5 yards. I think Geis is going to get the ball quite a bit.
I think so, but they're in a spread offense right now. Eon Bryan is in the shotgun. He gives the ball.
And they're piled up.
That looks like Clyde Edwards-Hilaire, number 22, for a short game.
Sure enough is, and that should be enough for a first down. So the officials are calling timeout for measurement. From where I'm sitting, I don't see how he doesn't have the first down. Yep, first and goal. So that's going to put the ball right at the 3-yard line.
They still have Hilaire in the game. The quarterback sneak right over the right side.
Except the middle, I don't think he got it. Looks like there's a pile up around the 1-yard line.
I think he's short myself. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and inches.
Yep, 2nd and goal from the 1. We'll see. Yep, they're right at the 1-yard line. So we'll see what Coach Weiner and his staff dial up. And it looks like we have a little substitution action going on here.
Yeah, they just brought Darius Geis back into the football game. They're in an I formation.
Don't be crazy, but I'll bet you a dollar to a donut that Geis is going to get the ball. Bryan hands off. Geis goes high, and I got it. He got it on the second effort. Give props to the McKinley interior defensive line. They stopped him on his initial lunge, but this is what all state guys do. They don't go down after getting hit the first time. He got back on his feet and got into the end zone. Touchdown Catholic, 6-0. The Bears draw first blood.
Yeah, that was a very powerful run. He spent around and got hit right when he met the goal line, but he was able to go for a second effort. And like you said, I mean, that's what these guys do. These guys have that second, that extra something about them that be able to propel them into the end zone. And
lined up in what I call gimmick formation. Like they're going to go for 2, but they're not. Is that Edwards-Hilaire kicking? Is that number 4? I can't tell what number that kid is. Here we go. Jack Gonsolin, and his kick is good. That's a 9. Okay, a little hard to see from here. But nonetheless, as I always say, if you're an eyewear sponsor, I'm your guy. And with the break in the action, the score, the Catholic High Bears 7, the McKinley Panthers nothing. You're watching McKinley Panthers football on Louisiana All-American-Sports.com.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty impressive drive by the Bears. They didn't waste a whole lot of time at all getting down the field. And McKinley's going to have to answer with their power ground game. I don't think they want to see, these fans want to see them get pushed around in their own building this early in the game. They got behind early a couple of weeks ago against East Ascension. We saw they really struggled to regain their footing in that game. Yeah,
I think they did. I think that Catholic actually came out, and they used the running game. They also had a couple of passes, short passing, to be able to move the ball down the field. And, of course, the key play on that drive was the penalty that McKinley got on 4th down and 2. And that was able to give Catholic High another opportunity to be able to use this high-powered offense that they have and Darius Geis. And they actually pushed the ball to the end zone. So now I'm waiting to see how McKinley responds.
Well, we can bank on it, especially after the result from last week. You can count on McKinley 3 yards in the cloud of dust, 3 yards in the cloud of dust, 3 yards in the cloud of dust. They struggled with their passing game all year, and it looks like Coach Signator just threw it out of the window last week and said, you know what, we're going to run the ball. And if that works, that's fine, but they are playing a team that's a little bit of a cut above some of the others, and while Santa Ma's a very good team, they're going to be equally challenged here against the Catholic High Bears, and they never got in the end zone last week. So the Panthers have really got to minimize the mental mistakes and play their best football.
I think so, because I think that when I look at McKinley High Panthers, they do have the talent, and I see talent, especially at the running back position. And I think it's all about, I hate to say this, but I think they need a little bit more discipline. I think they need a little bit more fundamental play and to be able to use these key playmakers that they have in order to be able to cut down on the mental mistakes, like you said. Penalties and turnovers and silly mistakes, can cost you the game against inferior teams, but they do have the talent, I see.
It'll kill you. So here we go, and I'm assuming we're going to see Jawan Ruffin under center as the offense has found a way to move the ball since he's gotten the call. Wow, that rhymes. That could be a commercial. But first down, 10 yards to go. Ball is at the McKinley 20-yard line, and now we'll see what they can do and how effective they can be against this Catholic High defense. Here come the Panthers. They've broken the huddle. 1st and 10. Ruffin is the quarterback. And we have now we have I formation. Goes low, hands it off, and that didn't work very well. So Charles Vaughn, who's a very powerful runner, usually gets a good yard or two just as he bursts through the line, but he was stopped in the backfield, and
he actually got 3 yards.
Yeah, got about 3. He was hit. Yep, got about 3 yards. So he got his forward progress. Right, you are.
Charles Vaughn is a very big running back, very talented. I see a lot of potential in this guy, especially if the offensive line be able to make a push for him and give him a crease.
Vaughn again. Looks like Vaughn. Looks like a 4. It's right to your point, though, Piper. Even when he was met by a sea of white jerseys, he had enough push to get those 3 yards before he was pushed backwards. I mean, he's just got a lot of power and a lot of burst off of the ball.
Yeah, and the same with just this play here. They hit him at like the 24-yard line. He was able to push forward all the way to the 26-yard line and fall forward for 2 yards. So if the offensive line just give him a chance, I think he may break one.
3rd down, 4 yards to go. Ball's at the 26-yard line of the McKinley Panthers. Ruffin calling the signals rather. Vaughn lines up in the I. Play action. They're going to sweep it around. Oh, that's Lil John Lewis. And Lil John is wrapped up like a little present. He is stopped. It is 4th down. And the Panthers and Anthony Rabio have to come on and punt for the Panthers.
3 run plays. The Catholic High defense was act like they knew the playbook on those calls. They was actually on those calls pretty good. And kudos to the Catholic High defense.
Yeah, and they weren't fooled. They thought they were going to go to Vaughn again, and they were not fooled by the change in direction on that play. And that's good. This one's also staying at home. They actually didn't lose anything. He got back to the original line of scrimmage. It's over Raby's head. He's back to his own end zone. He's got the soccer style it. He puts an ugly knuckleball, but it actually rolls about a good almost 30 yards. It's going to take a McKinley roll to the Catholic High 43-yard line. So what almost could have been a catastrophe ends up being a 20. I'm going to say, let's see, 26 plus 7, that's 33-yard punt.
Wow, that was amazing. That was good instincts on him to be able to get the ball and not try to throw it up or anything. And he was able to soccer-style kick it and get the bounce. And pretty game, even though Catholic High still has pretty good field position, but way to get out of that hole. We have 5 minutes and 49 seconds left in the first quarter, and Catholic High has the ball again. Eon Bryan is in the shotgun. He has 1 receiver in motion. And he fakes it up and goes up the middle. And Eon Bryan up the middle for about 3 yards.
And for you older fans out there, at least Anthony Raby didn't pull a Garo Upremian and try to fling the ball. I'm referring to the former Miami Dolphins kicker who almost ruined the perfect season in Super Bowl 7 by picking up a botched snap and then throwing a pick 6 to Redskins Mike Bass. Geis cuts. I'm sorry, that's not Geis, that's Edwards. And Edwards is wrapped up and dropped down. He goes nowhere. He actually lost about a yard on the play. And so on that run by Clyde Edwards-Helaire, it looks like the Panthers sniffed out their prey, wrapped him up, brought him down, brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, great defense right there. McKinley defense was on that play that time, and he tried to speed rush it to the outside, and he stayed just and was able to make the tackle. Now it brings up 3rd down and 7. Eon Bryan is looking to the sideline for the play.
And here comes Bryan up to the line of scrimmage. Darius Geis, the lone setback, trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right, shotgun formation. There's a man in motion, that is Edwards. He's going to stop, makes it almost like a pistol formation, play action pass. Then he's going to throw it out complete to Edwards. He's out around the 50. He is about 2 yards short of the first down. They'll probably give him forward progress up to the 49, but the first down marker's at the McKinley 47. I expect Catholic High to go for it.
I expect Catholic High to go for it, too, with the offense that they have. And looks like they're maybe about 2 yards short.
I think so, yeah, about a 5-yard gain on that play.
But it looks like they're bringing out the kicker.
Well, look, we know Catholic High. Their kicking game is pretty good. I think is that the place kicker again? Is that Gonsolin, the guy who kicked? It looks like it. So Gonsolin will come out. They're going to play the field position game. They'd rather pin McKinley deep, and now they're going to go for it. So nope. They're protecting the punter. They're maximizing the protection in the backfield. And so Jack Gonsolin will kick it, awaiting the kick deep. Can't get a license on that truck yet, but it's a nice kick. And is fielded, and he's going to take a knee right around the 14-yard line. The return man was, let's see who that is. Looks like number 2. I think it's Larry Moore. Looks like Larry Moore. Hard to tell with those dark jerseys. But nonetheless, McKinley takes over, first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, great defensive stand right there by the Panthers, and they was able to get the ball back. Now we're going to see if they can get the ball moving on this second time they have the ball this first quarter. There's 3 minutes and 33 seconds left. McKinley lines up in the shotgun. Jawan Ruffin in the backfield.
High formation. There's the handoff, and Lil John. No, he's brought down. Looks like he's in the backfield. Nope. Yeah, they're going to maybe give him. It looks like he lost about a yard from where they're spotting it.
Yeah, it'll be second down and 11. We're coming up on 3 minutes now in the first quarter. McKinley has yet to. I don't think they ever gained the first down yet, have they?
No, they have not.
And it's been 4 running plays in a row, and let's see if they can get something going here.
So Jawan Ruffin in shotgun, and they're going to go back into the I formation. It's a pistol I. There's the pitch out. I believe is that Larry Moore? Nope, that is Lil John. There comes some dirty laundry, and it looks like it's thrown in the area of maybe a face mask or some kind of late activity. And was that Lewis or was that Moore? No, that was number 6. That was Larry Moore. And so it's a face mask against the Bears, and that will result in the first down for the Panthers. So that'll move the ball up the field to the 20. Well, no, it can't be at the 20 if that was a face mask.
I thought a face mask was a 15-yard penalty, but maybe they have.
That could not have possibly been a face mask. Third down, about 5 yards to go. Perhaps now the officials are now blowing it dead, and maybe they're conferring to see if they got the right call. 5 yards would be in the neighborhood of hands to the face, but not necessarily grabbing a face mask.
Yeah, I agree. If it was 15 yards and the ball should be moved up to on the 14 to about the 20, or it was hands to the face.
So second down, 5 yards to go. And Vaughn, boy, he's just carrying a whole pack of Bears. He's going to get about a yard, maybe 2 out of that, and it'll bring up third down and about 3 yards to go.
This Catholic High defense is really, defensive line is really playing pretty good so far. McKinley, yeah, they're very quick off the ball, and it's like they try to go to each side, and the pursuit has been relentless. Their defensive line is standing up, and McKinley has yet to be able to get a first down.
So they gave Ruffin 2 yards. This will bring up third down and 3 yards to go. And Ruffin's going to try to juke and jive, and he's not going to make it to the first down marker. He may be. Actually, he's going to be close, but I don't think he made it. But it's close. It's close, Piper. They might have to bring the sticks out for that one. I'm sorry, and it looks like the first down mark is about the 24.5-yard line, and that ball is just, the nose might be touching the 24. I think the Panthers are going to be short. I think we're going to see Anthony Raby come out and kick it. I'm surprised Coach Sig hasn't asked for a measurement yet.
I know the ball looks to be very, very close to the first down marker, but it's hard to tell from up here. And here they come. They're bringing out the sticks.
So here comes the chain gang with 1 minute and 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. And, look, I'll say this much. One thing I like about the McKinley game plan, they haven't been juggernauts moving the football. They have not been all year. That's not who they are. But what they have done is control the clock enough to where when this quarter is over, in all probability, Catholic High will only have 7 points. And worst case, they should only trail by 7 points.
Yeah, that's true. Now it's going to be a big call right here because it only looks like maybe 2 or 3 inches for the first down.
You just got to hope your center gets the ball to the punter. But even that worked out okay last time. You got to get rid of it, because if you get stopped here, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in a deep hole awfully early. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if the Panthers come up to the line, try to draw the Bears offside. You got some young high school kids. Maybe get a neutral zone infraction. But if they go for it, they are rolling some big Vegas-sized dice.
Yeah, and looks like he's going for it. I guess with an offense like this, he feels like this is his only chance to be able to try to get the team and offense some momentum.
So Ruffin they're going to go for it, and
there you go.
He's got an open field to the right, long side of the field. He's the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, and finally went out of bounds around the 13-yard line. And the gutsy call on 4th down pays off as Jawan Ruffin takes the ball 30, 60, 71 yards down the field for a first down for the Panthers.
Wow, what a call. Very, very gutsy call. On 4th and 1 on their own 29-yard line, the quarterback scrambles out, misses one tackle, slips another tackle, and hits the sideline and takes the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line. What a play.
And they're going to spot it on the 14-yard line. That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. Actually, that's a 65-yard run, correction on that. And there's the handoff around the right side, rather. I could not see who had the ball. Pick up a 6, and that's going to make it 2nd and 4.
And that should give the offense a little bit of momentum and a little bit of confidence to know that they can move the ball and make big plays in this game.
They're going to mark it at the 11, so that's a 3-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 7. And I agree, Jawan Ruffin once again picked his team up and provided a spark. He's been very good at doing that since we saw him come in the East Ascension game.
Yes, indeed, and I would definitely look at that, doing that play again, keeping the quarterback. There he goes again.
That didn't work out so well.
I think that play took too long to develop.
And now, but you're not going to really fool. I mean, these are pretty smart defensive players. You're not going to get them, strike with the same lightning twice. And
I agree. That would have been a great call for a play action right there, because now they're pretty much
right back to the original. Yeah, they're at the original line of scrimmage. So that is the end of the first quarter with the score: the Catholic High Bears 7, the McKinley Panthers 0. You're watching McKinley Panthers football on LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com.
Yeah, boy. So what do you think so far, Eric, about the game? I mean, McKinley did get one big play right there. You'll be able to try to see if they can put some points on the board.
Well, McKinley, their defense so far has been so good. They had Catholic in one 4th down situation, let it slip pretty much, and they held they held serve before on 4th down. So they're obviously tough enough. The lack of a passing attack, I think, is going to be a problem down the line. But they've proven that they're capable of matching the Catholic High Bears in the trenches. And if you can do that, you have a chance. They've got to punch this ball in the end zone and tie the score.
I think so, too. And I think that a lot of times when a team comes in with so much hype and everything, and your offense has to have a little confidence. And when you can get a big play like that, it creates momentum and it creates confidence to say that, hey, we can play with this team. No matter what nobody else says coming in, or we're the underdog and they're the favorite, they're this, they got this person, they got that person. At the end of the day, when you get on the field, it's just mano, and with a man in front of you. And I think that right now, McKinley has a little bit of momentum. They can keep this up, and they can punch this in the end zone. Then it gives them the momentum. They got the home field advantage. And now incomplete. The pass was intended for Jalen Johnson. And Jawan Ruffin throws an incompletion. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. The ball is on the 14-yard line. Well, actually, it's 4th down.
Lopez will come on to kick the field goal. This is really at the edge of Lopez's range. We haven't really seen him get much with the necessary loft and distance beyond 25 and straightness, accuracy beyond 25 yards. This is going to be a 32-yard field goal attempt for Lopez. But you know what? This could be a low-scoring affair in a close game, so you got to take the chance. Catholic has snuffed out 4th down opportunities. Lopez, his kick is blocked, and Ball is still alive, though, and now it's dead, and Catholic High will take over on downs.
Yeah, with the kicking game that the Panthers have, you know, sometimes with, and of course I'm not the coach, but you know, pretty much it's almost to me almost like a video game. If I don't have a good kicking game, then I'm definitely going to go for it on pretty much all of the fourth downs, unless you know I'm pinned down in my own territory. But I would probably have to go for it on that fourth.
You know, I've watched Lopez kick for a couple of years. He'll get you the extra point. You know, if you get the ball at around the 5 or inside, sure, kick the field goal. But 32 yards, that's a tough one. Even on his kickoffs, he only gets so much loft on his kicks consistently. I know what Coach Signator was trying to do. He probably figured he was not getting that first down. No harm, no foul, I suppose.
Well, yeah, but I look at it in a way of, hey, you know, if the other team is fourth down, the other team is going to get the ball anyway. Even if I throw the ball into the end zone, they only get it back at the 20-yard line. So I would at least, you know, shoot my one bullet that I do have instead of just giving the ball away to them.
And wow, speaking of one bullet, Ian Bryan pulled out a shotgun on that one, but he overthrew it a little bit and I think might have gotten a little too much kickback on that recoil. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, this guy, Ian Bryan, is really showing me that he has an arm. He actually had the receiver open, but he kind of overshot him a little bit.
So ball is at the 18-yard line of the Catholic High Bears. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Shotgun formation. Bryan's going to give it to the speedy one, Darius Geist. He's got first down yardage and then some. I'm sorry, that was Clyde Edwards-Hilaire. My bad, that's 22, not 20, my bad.
You know, I noticed that they had Edwards in the game pretty much. Looked like he had more carries than Geist. Maybe you think he may be injured, or are they trying to save him for later on in the game? Well,
you know, Piper, it's hard to tell. You know, I know that Geist had a little ding in the last game, or so I heard. But Edwards-Hilaire, he's got a little juke in his step. I mean, look at him. He's a speedy guy. So if you have two running backs, you know, just because he doesn't have the big name doesn't mean he can't put up the big yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. And he's actually, he looks at him, kind of runs just like Darius Geist. He's only a sophomore, so maybe they're trying to get him a little bit of more game experience by Geist being a senior. And he's probably the heir apparent, and this may be the team to be able to him to get some good game experience.
I'll tell you what, too, he really can make some nice moves in small spaces. 2nd down, and there's the pitch, and that is Edwards-Hilaire again, and he is wrapped up, and they tried to strip him. That didn't work out. He actually gained about 3 yards on the play, so that's not a bad gain. It's going to be about 3rd and 5, so it's a manageable 3rd down. Yeah,
I thought that was a very good tackle right there by Norman Ville. He was able to have a real good lateral movement and be able to run him down and stop him from having even a bigger gain than he had.
So that's going to bring up bring up 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Ball's at the 42-yard line. Bryan's rolling out to his right, fires down right over the middle, and it is caught complete to number 4. That's Parker Salik. And that is complete, and that's going to move the sticks, and it's a 1st down for the Bears.
Yeah, what a great pass. The guy was wide open across the middle, and Ian Bryan is showing real poise as he stands in there and gets the ball right to the receiver.
That was a great throw across his body. That was not an easy throw at all. He put that ball right on the bullseye.
Yes, he did. And this team is showing everything now. They're showing that they have a good run game. They're showing a little passing game. I only seen him overthrow maybe on 2 times so far, and he has a gun back there.
You know, and when you have a team with this many different weapons in the arsenal, it's really hard to beat a team with a one-dimensional offense like the Panthers. They're going to have to force some turnovers if they're going to keep up in this game.
Yeah, I think so too, but here we go. 1st and 10. He drops back. He looks for the receiver. Oh,
ooh, boy, in and out of the hands of Sylvester Neal with the coverage. Did you get the license on that truck? I couldn't see which receiver that was.
Yeah, that was number 37, Lance Chasen. He's a sophomore that played, and he looked like he kind of misjudged the ball. The ball looked like it hit him in the chest and bounced right out, but hey, kudos to the defensive player for knocking it out, too. Yeah,
Sylvester Neal definitely put a little oomph on it, and I'll tell you, Chasson, all he had to do was close his hands. He might have had that ball. Good play, and the Panthers broached the neutral zone, so it's going to be offsides, and after a great defensive play, now they're going to have to work harder, it'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and that's you can't give a team like this no ammunition than what they already have, and this is the 2nd time that they defense have encroached. And it shows another, like I said, it shows a lack of discipline.
And the penalties will kill you. And it can kill you in any game, but especially against a team like this. There's the handoff, and oh boy, taking that ball right up the slot. I believe that Edwards Hilaire again. Boy, oh boy, that's a lot of ammunition. If you're not even using Geis that much, and you're giving Edwards Hilaire, his wingman, his Robin to his Batman. If he's tearing up the middle of your defensive line like that, it could be a long night.
Yeah, it could be a long night, and here they come. The Catholic High Bears are marching the ball down the field. We have 1st and 10 again. Ian Bryan is on the run. He throws, and it's incomplete. It's incomplete right there. He kind of came up a little short. He was under duress a little bit, and he got the ball out where no one else can get it. So at the end of the day, it was a good play. But you're going to bring up 2nd down and 10. The ball is on the 31-yard line of McKinley.
That was the 13-yard gain by Edwards Hilaire. And so now that will bring up 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Shotgun formation for the Bears. And Brian's going to hand it off. And I believe that is, that's Geis this time. And you saw that circle button move like on the PlayStation. He spun around and didn't gain a whole lot, but he got enough. And actually, I stand corrected. It looks like he got 6 yards from where they're about to spot it. Let's see. Oh, heck, he gained 7.
Wow. He looked like he just kind of weaved his way through there and actually made a great spin move on the sideline and was able to get an extra 2 yards, which is going to bring up 3rd down and look like 3 yards to go. And now they got Geis back in the game in the I formation. Ian Bryan is under center, and here we go. And another encroachment penalty. Give him automatic 1st down. Same thing over and over. This shows real undiscipline on McKinley's part. I don't know what else you have to do, Eric, to tell these guys.
I call timeout and tell them I don't care if they bring in William the Refrigerator Perry. You do not jump. I don't care if they have a time bomb back there. You do not jump. Close your eyes and wait for the first guy to hit you, but do not jump on short yardage situations.
Here we go. Geis is in motion. Geis gets the ball, and he's actually going to throw the ball. Oh, and he intercepts.
And that's what we
intercepted.
Yes, 1st down. And Piper, that is just what we talked about. We said for the Panthers to have a chance against this Catholic High team with all those weapons and all those plays and all those looks and Darius Geis and Clyde Edwards-Hilaire and Ian Bryan, they would have to force some turnovers, and the Panthers have done just that, and they have slammed the door on Catholic, and they still have possession of the ball. They're only down 7-0.
Yeah, and that was a great defensive by Sylvester Neal, the defensive back. He was able to time the ball just perfect and rip the ball out of the receiver's hand and just take that ball. And that was a great defensive play. But also, Catholic High Bears, for the first time, seeing everything was working, and then they went to a trick play and had Geis actually throw the ball, which I thought was a bad idea. They was moving the ball so well running it.
That's why quarterback and pass and running backs run. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Ruffin calls a snap. It's a pass for the Panthers. Who's going to fire? And actually, that one looks like it's complete. I believe that's number 9. Is that? No, that's Dalen Coleman, number 8 with the catch. And that's good enough for Panthers' 1st down. Ball's at the 30.
Yeah, that was pretty good. The offensive line actually, he had a little bit of protection back there. He dropped back, saw the receiver wide open, was able to deliver the ball. It was a little bit short, but the receiver was able to adjust to it and get the 1st down.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line of the McKinley Panthers. That's one of the better, more crisply executed pass plays that we've seen from these Panthers during this year, Piper.
Yeah, that actually was a very good pass play. But you said it, Eric. These guys, in order for them to try to hang in with a team like this, you're going to have turnovers. And they got the big turnover.
And McKinley tries a little trickery of their own, a little sleight of hand. They hand it off to Larry Moore. He maybe gained a yard. We'll see where the forward progress is. I think they should scrap that one for now.
Yeah, that one there didn't look too good. Actually, if he would have handed it to, looks like, what was it, Larry Moore?
Yes, sir.
He could have got a little bit more yards out of the play.
Actually, that's better than I thought they had.
Yeah. But like you were saying, I think that them being able to get that turnover. Now, let's see what they're going to do with it, because that's the key.
At the very least, they've got to finish this drive while in enemy territory, and at the very least, pin them deep. We know McKinley's not a volume offense. I formation, Ruffin, he's going to take off with the ball, and actually, I think he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like the refs are going to give him a yard, maybe. Actually, going to give him 2. Let's see. Nope, they're going to give him Looks like they're going to give him 2 yards. They're going to move it up to the 34-yard line. So 3rd and 6, that's manageable. They're going to have to put the ball in there again, though, and execute just like they did on the 10-yard pass to Dalen Coleman.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think now they're the defense is kind of zoning in on Ruffin. And I think that they did good with passing the ball for the first series. I think they should maybe go back to that again. At least try it.
Well, yeah, in a long situation like this, you have to. They have not fooled Catholic High. They get the runs they get, the yards they gained on the ground, except for the 65-yard run by Ruffin. They have all been on might and muscle and power. You're not going to might and muscle your way through for 6 yards.
Yeah, timeout by McKinley actually took the timeout. I think this is a very big play for them. It's 3rd down. They want to be able to put some points on the board. We got 6 minutes and 49 seconds left in the second quarter. And I think that they have to try to use this opportunity to do just what you said, either change the field position and at least move the ball and take a little time off the clock and try to keep this game close as they can.
Yeah, they're not going to might and muscle their way for 6 yards. This has to be a passing play if they expect to get a first down. Now, if they just want to wear down the defense a little bit more, play the field position game, bring Anthony Raby out there. Raby's a decent punter, but we've seen some shenanigans with the snap. We saw one earlier tonight. We've seen it a couple of times this year. In your own territory, I don't know how confident he is in their special teams on the execution all the time of the punt play. So all that being said, Piper, I think Coach Sig, I know he's not a fan of the pass, but I think they got to pass the football.
I totally 100% agree with you on that, Eric. Actually, we've had 2 special teams mishaps. We had one on the field goal, and we had one that turned out to be a good yardage for him. But at the end of the day, the center hiked the ball over the punter's head, and I think that's 2 mistakes that you really have to think about now.
Yeah, look, if you're a McKinley Panther, if you're in 8th grade or you want to try for the team, if you can master deep snapping, then you might have a shot on the team because the deep snapping has not been good. I-form, that's the illegal motion. That's going to cost them. That's a false start. That's going to hurt. And another penalty as the McKinley Panthers pull up the shotgun and clack, clack, bow, shoot themselves right in the foot. And now it'll bring up 3rd and 11. And now, Piper, I think you do run the ball and punt.
Yeah, I think now you may have to play a little bit conservative. 6 minutes and 49 seconds left in the second quarter. And that was another undisciplined call. After coming out of a timeout to have a false start is really unexcusable.
Yeah, that's Les Miles-tastic. Boy, I'll tell you, penalties and turnovers will absolutely kill you. I formation, Ruffin, play action to Moore. He's going to try to take off. He's not going to get out of that grasp. And, in fact, he might have even – no, he gained let's see. No, he lost about 2 yards, so it's going to bring up 4th and long, and I expect to see Anthony Raby come on to punt.
Yeah, I think they got a punt this time. The only good thing I can say about McKinley is that he actually dodged a couple of bullets. One turnover by the Bears, were letting guys throw the ball, and they had once when Catholic High didn't go for it. It was only 4th down in the short one, and they was able to get the ball back. So
Raby, nice end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded at the call for fair catch, fielded at the 47-yard line of the Bears. So that was a, let's see here, 28-yard punt, no return. That's not a bad net. It could have been a lot worse based on some of the things we've seen tonight.
Yeah, that was a good snap.
Well, good enough.
Yeah, good enough to make it. And here we go. We got Catholic High coming back with more than 6 minutes left on the clock in the second half. I'm pretty sure they're going to try to make up for the turnover they had in the last series.
1st down and 10 yards to go for the Bears. And here comes Brian up to the line. There's the snap, the handoff. He's going to – oh, no, he does give it off to Edwards Hilaire, and he is stacked up. Actually, no, it was a good second effort by Edwards Hilaire, and he's going to push it up. He might have gained 5, maybe even 6 on that play. Let's see where they spot the football. They're going to spot it at the 48-yard line. That's a 5-yard gain after he was hit about right at the line of scrimmage, Piper. Wow.
And it seems like he's taking most of the load, but they got a holding call on the offense on the Bears. It's going to knock him back 10 yards.
If I'm Clyde Edwards-Hilaire, I want to slap someone upside the head in the huddle. That hurts. Now it's 1st and long after Edwards-Hilaire had to scramble and scuffle and scratch and claw to get those extra yards. So it'll bring up 2nd down, and let's see, they're going to spot it at the 37, so that's 2nd and 20. Boy, oh boy, there's the handoff. Edwards-Hilaire says, no, it's Darius Geist this time. He's up to the 40, and somebody got their head taken off Ball's moved up to about the 41-yard line. So that is a gain of 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, that was actually Clyde Edwards-Hilaire actually got his head taken off.
That was Edwards-Hilaire.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I thought that was a 0. Clyde Edwards, I'll tell you, he knows how to fight for yards. How he got 4 yards out of that is beyond me, because it looks like they had him read. That's a heck of a 1-2 punch, Piper.
Yeah, that's a hell of a 1-2 punch. He's been getting most of the carries so far.
Shotgun formation. Brian hands off, and that's number 5, Travell Johnson, and he's going to pick up a few more. And now it's a manageable third down situation, as it'll be at the 45-yard line, brings up third down and 12, and we know the Bears can throw the football.
Yeah, we know they can throw the football, but I was kind of surprised that they didn't throw the ball not once on being a first and 20 or second and 20.
Me too.
But here we go. We know they're pretty much going to throw the ball here. They have trip receivers on the far side, one receiver on this side.
Shotgun formation. Brian calling for the snap. The lone setback is, I believe that's Edwards-Hilaire again. There's a pass to the near side. Too much mustard again. We've seen him overthrow on 3 different occasions, big time overthrows, and that was nowhere near Parker Salik, and that's going to force the Bears to punt the ball away.
I think the penalty cost them that time. The Catholic Bears, and McKinley dodges another bullet. They're able to get the ball back. It's 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the second quarter. And we'll see what the Panthers can finally get some points up on the board.
So Jack Gonson's going to come out to punt. Ball's at the 45-yard line. It is 4th and very long. Deep to receive for the Panthers. I believe, who is that?
John Lewis.
So there's the kick. That's a beautiful spiral sailing kick. Little John's going to be forced to call for fair catch. Barely does. They're going to spot at the 14-yard line. So, wow, that's a nice, that's one way to recover, as that's a 41-yard punt. That's NFL nets right there. No return, 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Yes, indeed, man. What a punt that was. And that guy came out. He's also the field goal kicker.
I don't have a good view of the scoreboard. How much time do we have remaining?
We actually got 4 minutes and 28 seconds left in the second quarter. And with that great kick, it pushed McKinley all the way back into their 8-yard line.
So you're right, that is the 8-yard line. My goodness, I miscast. That's a 46-yard punt. My goodness, you guys boys have a scholarship somewhere.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
He's got a scholarly in his future. Not all high school punters can kick the ball 46 yards.
I lost the ball in the lights. And here we go. That's Lil John Lewis.
Yeah! Lil John to a 40. He's in the midfield. He's to the 45. And he's going to go out of bounds. Larry Moore. I'm sorry, it was number 2, Larry Moore. That wasn't Lewis. Those numbers look so much alike from up here. But a nice gain. And we'll see what the officials are actually going to spot it at the 49-yard line. So that is a 43-yard run by Larry Moore.
Wow. And I think that McKinley may have something on that side of the line. You know, following that.
Smart over there.
Yes, exactly. They follow Keon Smart. And that's the second time, I think, on that side where they was able to break one and get a big gain out of it.
Oh, boy. 43-yard gain by Larry Moore. That's one way to move the football. 1st and 10 in the pistol. He's going to hand off. I believe that's Moore again. Kind of hard to tell with all that dust and dirt. If it was, he gained maybe a yard. We'll see what the penalty is. Oh, boy. That's holding against the Panthers. Brings up 2nd and 20. And, boy, they're just, they are slapping themselves on the wrist.
Yes, they are. They're killing their own momentum. After getting a big play like that, to come right back and get a holding penalty. Now that's going to take them all the way to be 1st and 20.
So now the ball's at the McKinley 41-yard line. And it's going to bring up 1st down and 20 yards to go. Actually going to spot it officially at the 40-yard line. So that's what I meant to say. No, the 40. They got it spotted at the 40. So that's golly. So yeah, you're right. My bad. That's an 11-yard penalty. That hurts. Pistol formation. Ruffin steps up. He's rolling out to his right. He's going to try to take off and run. He's going to get maybe 4 yards on the play. Gets about 3 yards on the play. And they're going to move it up to the 43-yard line. It's going to bring a 2nd and 18.
I thought that he had the receiver open. I thought he was actually going to pass it. It was one-on-one coverage on the short side of the field, but he tucked the ball in and tried to get some yards for himself. It didn't seem to work out too well that time.
Ball is at the 43-yard line. It's second down and 18 yards to go. Clock is tick, 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 ticking. And if anything, Piper, this is still not a lost cause, because if they keep that ball on the ground and grind the clock down, they'll have a good chance of going to halftime only down 7. So this is not the worst thing in the world that can happen. Pistol formation, Ruffin. It's going to be forced. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That ball got slapped loose. Fortunately, Charles Vaughn was Johnny on the spot, or I should say Chucky on the spot, there to pounce on it. That could have been a catastrophe. Instead, they'll just lose the 3 yards and be back to the prior line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 21 yards to go.
Wow, yeah, that was almost a catastrophe, just like you said, to give this team back the ball, all the momentum. But we got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left at halftime. It's going to be 3rd down, so I suspect they're going to be conservative right here. The defense has been holding up, and they're only down 7 points, and this will be great if they can just go down at halftime down only 7 points.
Pistol formation. Ruffin's going to pass the ball. He throws. He's got a man downfield, and it goes up, and it is intercepted. But you know what? That's number 5. That's
no, the ball is incomplete.
It bounced out of his chest. So that's a lucky. Well, I don't even know if it's necessarily a lucky break, Piper, and I'll tell you why. Anthony Raby is about a 30-yard net punter. That would put the ball around the 30. That was near the 20-yard line. The interception might have worked out in McKinley's favor, actually. But either way, no harm, no foul. Let's see what the call is. Looks like they're saying offsetting penalties. I'm not sure what offset exactly.
Well, they call the incomplete pass. This is going to be 4th down.
So this will be 4th down, and here comes Anthony Raby on the punt.
They've been kind of close 2 times, I saw, to getting close to blocking this punt. So they have to block. I will put MAC protection on this punter.
Yeah, I think the interception would have worked out in their favor. I really do. I know it's not pretty on the stat sheet, but it's all about winning the game, not padding stats. And there we go, max protection, so I do like that. Deep to receive. I can't see the number. Raby, that's a high snap. He gets it away, though. A little bit of a wobbler, and it's caught around the 28, and a good job catching it on the run by number 8. That's, I'm going to assume that's Grayson Walsh, number 8. And let's see where they spot the ball. And they're going to spot it right at the 36-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes and 12 seconds left, so here we go with the 2-minute offense to see if the Bears can either get it in the end zone or put some points up before halftime, or let's see if this defense can stand up one more time.
So that was a 32-yard punt, an 8-yard return by Grayson Walsh, and Catholic will have the last say, it appears, in this half.
And here we go. He gives the ball to Edwards Hilaire. He gets the ball all the way down to the 44-yard line.
And just like that, Clyde Edwards-Hilaire gives them very favorable down and distance. They move it up to the 44. It'll be 2nd and 2 yards to go. I'm wondering if guys had a little ding or aggravated his injury from last week, because we haven't seen much from him since the first quarter.
Yeah, I know, and that's the question that I had. And here he goes. Eon Bryan across the middle.
Like a dart to Landon Flowers, and it is complete for the 1st down. Right at midfield.
And they're in their hurry-up offense. They've been running right back up to the line and calling the plays. And here Eon Bryan is giving all the players the signal. He's in the shotgun again. He has a trip receiver on the short side, 1 receiver on the far side. He looks to the left. He looks to the right. He throws the screen out. Great defense right there. He was able to knock that screen pass and knock it down.
But we have a flag on the play.
And that was a great defensive play by Ryan Atkins. He's a 12th grader, the defensive end from McKinley High Panthers, was able to get it out in the flat and able to knock that ball down. But he had blockers in front of him. If he could have caught that pass, he could have went for a big game.
Yeah, I don't think Edwards-Hilaire was ready for it. It looks like he closed his hands just a little late, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. For a moment, I thought I saw a little dirty laundry on the field, but it looks like that flag was picked up. No penalty. 2nd and 10. So here come the Bears up to the line. Twins to the left. 1 man to the right, shotgun formation, and Bryant's going to give it off. I believe that's Edwards-Hilaire again, and ball, he lost his head again. My goodness, it's a decapitation attack out here. And 4-yard gain, 5-yard gain, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, third and 5, and the clock is still running. They haven't taken the timeout yet. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Catholic High Bears is back in the shotgun formation. Has twin receivers to the short side, one receiver on the far side, and they finally take Edwards-Hilaire out of the game. And he hands the ball off. He goes right up the middle.
Big hole.
Big run.
And that's the first time tonight we've seen number 31, James Berrigan, carry the ball. And, boy, did he come up in a big spot. That is a, let's see where they spot that. That is a 21-20, 24, 20, I can't think right now. 16-yard gain by Berrigan. And that's going to become another first down right at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, and the Bears finally do call their timeout now. They have 58 seconds left before halftime, and they got the ball all the way down to the 29-yard line of McKinley, and they're threatening right now.
So we have a little over, about a little over a minute?
Have under a minute, have 58 seconds left.
58 ticks left on the clock in the first half, and now Catholic High is knocking on the door. You know, they tried to give themselves up almost like a sacrifice bunt in baseball. They tried to just run up the middle, maybe force a timeout or run the clock down and punt it, but they left a hole the size of Texas for James Berrigan to run through, and now they're threatening to score again.
Yeah, exactly. I think they was playing it conservative. I think they were going to just want to go to halftime with the lead, but by the defense being able to offensive line opening that hole up, and he went right up the middle. Now they're threatening to score, and they use their timeout, and here we go.
I think the Panthers were a little too geared up for the pass, and they left the line kind of short. Bryant throws it, caught, complete to the sideline, and that's going to be good for another first down as they move it to the 14-yard line of the Panthers.
And there's 53 seconds left. That play only took 5 seconds. And here we go, and they stop the clock for every first down in high school, so the clock is still stopped. Brian is back into the shotgun again, all the way back up to the line. And here we go. He hikes the ball, and he gives the ball to Edwards-Hilaire. And he's fighting for the extra yards, and he's finally stopped.
Well, he hit that circle button a whole bunch of times, huh?
Oh, yeah, he finally stopped him right at the 10-yard line. We're going to see where they're going to spot. It's going to be the 11 or the 10-yard line. And Catholic High calls another timeout. We have 39 seconds left.
So the ball is rested. Is that Catholic's second timeout, Piper?
I think that is their second timeout. I think they have one timeout remaining.
You're right. Ball's right there at the 10-yard line, so that'll bring up, when we come back to the action, it'll be second down and 6 yards to go.
Now it's up to the McKinley High defense to be able to try to suck it up right here, because this is a big momentum changer right here. If they can get these guys off the field or hold them to a field goal and stop them from a touchdown, I think they can get great momentum and great confidence going to halftime, only down maybe one score or possibly just 10 points.
So here we go. It is second down and 6 yards to go coming out of the timeout. Catholic High knocking on the door with the ball at the McKinley yard line, up to McKinley 10-yard line. Shotgun formation. Brian's going to play action throws. Touchdown. Boy, oh boy, I believe that's Flowers. That is Flowers. Landon Flowers. They made that look easy on the little slant route. And Catholic High extends their lead right before halftime. And
very great play call right there. They came out of the timeout. They already had that play call. They've been running the ball with the quarterback or giving the ball to Edwards-Hilaire for the last 2 times. So they used the same formation again, but this time they had one-on-one coverage on the far side of the field, and they were able to run the slant pattern and get the ball straight to Flowers. And the ball was very accurate, right on the money.
That was a crisply, you can tell they've run that in practice 1,000 times. So Jack Gonsolin's out to come on and attempt the extra point with the score of 13-0, and the Bears on top. And that has got to be an absolute momentum killer for the McKinley Panthers. They had them third and long. They had a reserve running back, Behringer, whose name we've only called once tonight, for the long game. Snack placement kick, and it is good, and it's 14-0. That's a momentum killer right there, though, Piper.
Oh, yeah, that is a real momentum killer, and I don't know. I mean, 14 points is not really is not insurmountable, but I think that just on the last play, but for them being able to not stop them, and they got that big key play. They got that big run. And they allowed that big run, and that would allow them to be able to get the ball into the end zone. At first they went conservative, and they would think they was going to try to go in at halftime by 7 points. But just penalties This first half, I've been seeing penalties and just undisciplined play, even on the offense, with some false starts coming out of timeouts. I mean, just inexcusable.
Yeah, and they only have themselves to blame. By the way, I kept saying Barringer. That's James Barringen. So if Mr. and Mrs. Barringen are watching, my bad. Got to correct that. But the Panthers only had themselves to blame. Not necessarily. The first drive was all Catholic High's merit. They just executed well. But the penalties, the blown assignments, and the penalties, it just absolutely killed the Panthers. And I think if it weren't for that, I don't know that Catholic would have gotten in the end zone in time.
Yeah, I think so too. The only thing that they went in their favor, they actually got a turnover with an interception that was in the end zone and a great defensive play. That time they also had Catholic High 4th down and short, and they was able to make those guys punt it. They decided not to go for it, so McKinley was able to get another chance. But they haven't been able to put the ball in the end zone. And here we go. We got 35 seconds left, and Jalen Johnson fields the ball and touch back into the end zone. McKinley will get the ball at the 20-yard line with 35 seconds left. I think right here you just decided just to, just kneel on the ball and go at halftime only down 2 scores.
So that's probably what we can expect to see out of the McKinley Panthers. I don't think you want to risk anything like a fumble or a turnover or a penalty that stops the clock. Just take a knee, get out of there, and get the chalkboard out for the second half.
I totally agree. I also think that Coach Signator has some things positive that he saw. I saw a couple of times on the right side of the line when he was able to break a couple of big runs. I think they have to tighten up a little bit on their defense with these wide receivers. They've been wide open a couple of times, and Ian Bryan was just overthrew a couple of them, and they was wide open. So I think right here, you take your football team, you just go ahead and get into halftime. That looks like that's going to be the last play of the first half.
Maybe not. It looks like they're trying to get another one off. I disagree with that call. Roughing, they had 2 guys on there. One was trying to hold him, the other was trying to rob him, and that's the kind of thing that can make a manageable deficit turn into a catastrophe. So let's see what we got here.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it.
And that'll do it. That's the end of the first half with the score. The Catholic High Bears 14, the McKinley Panthers 0. You're watching McKinley Panthers football on Louisiana AllAmericanSports.com.
Yeah.
So Piper, we saw a lot of stuff. Whoopsie daisy. We saw a lot of stuff in that first half. First of all, we saw the McKinley defense in general not let Catholic run all over them. We saw them force a turnover. We saw them play stout. At the same time, there were penalties, there were turnovers, there were plays that just let the air out of their balloon ever so much. Yeah,
well, we saw actually a complete game by the Catholic High Bears. That we actually saw some defense. We saw some real good offense. They passed the ball real effectively. They ran the ball even with not their all-state running back, but they brought the other guy, Edwards Hilaire came in and did an excellent job. And so, to me, they've shown a lot of discipline. Even their special teams, they had some great punts to change the field position. They kicked field goals. They kicked extra points. So far, but the good thing about it, I think, McKinley avoided a lot of it because a couple of times he overthrew his receivers. A couple of times on third down, they even had a couple of penalties at the wrong situations. But, from what I'm seeing right now, I think McKinley just They need to tighten up a little bit more discipline, cut down on the penalties. The penalties was killing them. Especially at the line of scrimmage. Those are foolish penalties. I mean, the holding, you can kind of see that because you might get away with it. You might be protecting your man. The jumping off, the breaking the neutral zone, jumping off sides, that's not necessary. That's not helping. That can kill you. So what would you say, what would you think McKinley should do for the second half, and what do you think Catholic High Bears should do for the second half? If you're Catholic, you can definitely, if you're Catholic, you try to get that first score in the second half, and if you do, then you keep the ball on the ground. If not, if you're Catholic, you keep doing what you did in the first half, and that's mixing up the run and the pass. For McKinley, they have to stick to their plan. They were moving the ball. If they cut out the mistakes, they can get into the end zone. They can force a turnover. They can get another touchdown. It's not going to be easy because they don't have a strong passing game, but it can be done. But they've got to cut the penalties out, and they cannot turn the ball over. You know what? You make a good point. I think that usually when we see McKinley and we come down here, they've been running the ball very effectively with the 3 running backs that they do have. But I think for this game, I think they should pass the ball more. I think that Catholic High Bears are prepared for the run, and I think that the defensive line has been playing real good. They've been getting maybe 2 yards or less per average run that I've seen, except for the 2 big runs that they had. But I would, if I was sitting there, I probably would change it up and do a little bit of passing, because they seem to be pretty comfortable with the pass.
And at least get some maybe throws out into the flat, get the running backs in space. He just and look, Coach Sig does not make any apologies for being predictable because it works. They're in most of these games. They can win games, but this is a different kind of opponent. This is an opponent with a lot of Division I players, a lot of Power 5. Probably some Power 5 conference players, notwithstanding Darius Geis. You gotta mix it up a little bit more because they can't count on being able to bust long runs to make up a 2-possession deficit in this game.
Right, I totally agree. And that's another thing. They've been running Edwards-Hilaire a lot, and they haven't even been running their star running back. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm going to guess that something is wrong with Geis. I'm going to guess that, I'd heard he had suffered some kind of minor injury in their game last week. Maybe he re-aggravated it, and maybe because Edwards-Hilaire was running the ball so well, maybe they chose to give Geis a rest. He's running the ball very effectively. And that's all well. It's all well and good, but they also know that they have Geis in the reserve tank if they need him. So, and McKinley hasn't really done much to stop Edwards-Hilaire. He's had second effort plays, and he's going to be something to handle. I think if they can bottle him up, they have a chance to stop Catholic High's offense. It's going to start there, and it's going to start in the trenches.
Yeah, I think so too. He actually has the touchdown that they do have when they brought Geis in to be able to punch it through and get it over there. But I want to ask you another question. We've handled a few games and we saw a few players. And I was talking to a guy yesterday about Geis. I told him that I saw Brissett and everything, and to me, it was hard for me to see somebody that was actually better than him. I saw a little bit of Geis. I haven't seen too much of him, but what do you think?
Well, here's the thing. It's like you said. I feel like I almost got cheated out of my cost of admission there because, Nick Brissett didn't get the ball a lot, but the couple of plays he got, he was gliding like Walter Payton. Now, Geis, we saw him hit the circle button once, so we know he's got moves, but we also know he's nursing an injury. I don't think we're going to see too much of him, so it's hard to make a judgment call. But Brissett's kind of a bigger, longer athlete, and looks like, and we saw him muscle over a guy on a 3-yard touchdown run last week at Port Allen. Geis, just from the little snippet I've gotten to see, it looks like he's more of a finesse back, more of a scat back. He's going to use his quickness more so than power. In the SEC, I'd rather have power than quickness because you got a lot of mean boys up there, and LSU likes to run it right up the middle.
Right. I totally agree. From what I've seen with Brissett, like you said, I think that, and also if you go into a power conference like the SEC or one of those Power 5 conferences, you want the size is always good, and quickness with a running back. But I would like to have that durability. He looks to have a college body already from the eye test of what I see.
Brissett, you mean? Yeah. Absolutely. And and Geis has already he's had issues with his knee 2 years ago, and he had some injuries that kept him out of about 2 or 3 games last year. So there may be a durability issue with Geis that we're seeing right here in high school.
Yeah, but hey, be that as it may, now we're gonna get down to the real deal. Our favorite McKinley High's band, with a lot of different high schools that we have. So it's halftime here with All-American, Louisiana All-American Sports Show, 96.9 WHYR.com. Me and Eric Hatfield, and I think he's gonna let you guys get a little treat today and check out the McKinley High School halftime festivities featuring the band. Enjoy.
So we'll be back in about 10 minutes on LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com. Don't go anywhere.
Raven is a trombone player. Tonight, she is being escorted by Miss Tina Mitchell. She plans to attend college and enlist in the National Guard and receive a bachelor in biochemistry. She will also further her career by entering over school and becoming an OBGYN doctor. Raven's hobby is band and singing. Let's give it a... This is Caitlin McClendon. This is Caitlin's 4th year in the marching band. Caitlin plays the mellophone and the punch horn. She is escorted by her parents, Acorn McClendon, and her brothers Kamari Washington, Christopher McClendon, and Dedrick Patin. Caitlin plans to attend Southern University and major in veterinary science. Her hobbies are cooking, drawing, and babysitting. Let's give it up for Miss Caitlin McKinley. Austin Williams. This is Austin's second year in the marching band. Austin is a tuba player. Tonight, Austin is escorted by his parent, Miss Alicia Williams and Viet Price. Austin's plans are to attend college and major in psychology and play sports. In his spare time, he enjoys playing football, band, basketball. He enjoys watching TV and playing video games. Let's give it up for Austin Williams. Mr. Jeremiah Hopkins. This is Jeremiah's fourth year in the marching band. He's a sousaphone, tuba player, and also a saxophone player. He's escorted by his parents, Mr. Reginald and Miss Andrea Hopkins. Jeremiah's plans are to attend Southern University and enter into the engineering program. In his spare time, he enjoys playing jazz, hanging out with friends, playing video games, and also playing basketball. Let's give it up for Mr. Jeremiah Hopkins. Michael Dent is a second-year McKinley High School marching band participant. He plays the bass drum. Tonight, he is escorted by his parent, Miss Tony Frazier. Michael's plans are to attend Jackson State University and major in physical therapy. In his spare time, he enjoys playing video games, playing in the band, and cooking. Let's give it up for Mr. Michael Dent. Mr. Connor Williams. This is Connor's second year in the marching band. In the band, he plays the cymbals. Tonight, he is escorted by parents, Mr. Reginald and Tamina Williams. Connor's plans are to enlist in the military and serve our great country. Connor's hobby is playing baseball. Let's give it up for Mr. Connor Williams. And last, is Mr. Trinian Wimbush. This is Trinian's first year in the marching band. Trinian plays snare drum. He's been escorted by his parents, Kevin and Pamela Wimbush. Trinian's plans are to attend Southern University and major in nursing. Trinian also has plans to become a part of the human jukebox. Trinian's hobbies are practicing snare drum, running track, and tumbling. Let's give it up for Mr. Trinian Wimbush. The band staff would like to wish congratulations to all of our 2015 graduates. We wish you well, all of your future plans. Come on, let's get up one more time for the class of 15 graduates.
Okay, we have the McKinley Booster Raffle Contest where you can win a 55-inch flat screen TV. When the number is announced, will the winner please report to the press box?
All right, we're back to the actions. We're ready for the second half here on Louisiana AllAmericanSports.com. The teams are about to take the field, and let's see if these McKinley Panthers can get something started here in the second half.
Yeah, I see Christian Smith look like he's working out. I wonder if they're going to start Christian Smith. He looks like he's working out. I think McKinley gets the ball first this half. So
they kicked off to start the game, so they should be getting the ball. I would expect them to get the ball in the second half. The only thing is Christian Smith, you know, we haven't seen much of him throwing the football this year at all, and he is not as good of a runner as Jawan Ruffin, but I guess it makes you wonder, maybe Coach Sig feels he's backed into a corner and has to try to put the ball in the air or at least have that option at some point.
yeah, I think so too. And I think it just tries to maybe change the rhythm up a little bit. It seems like, well, Jawan Ruffin, and when he actually did run the ball, he did pretty good. He broke one for a big gain and was able to put him in position to try to score that time. But I think right now, you know, they may have not game planned on Christian Smith, and so it maybe can try to cause a little bit of a wrinkle, trying something different. I mean, you know, I said the same thing. I think they should probably mix it up a little bit more, pass a little bit more, because I don't think they even attempted maybe just one or two passes for the first half.
Yeah, I agree with you, Piper. You know, I think that they were, if anything, that especially after the victory in Santa Monica, you know they were planning on Jawan Ruffin. You know, Christian Smith has not gotten any meaningful snaps since really about the third quarter 2 weeks ago. So, you know, I think that's something that maybe it'll add a different twist. The only thing is he's just not a dynamic passer, so I don't know how much surprise could really be involved. I think he's just Smith maybe has a little bit better of an arm, maybe can go downfield a bit better, and the Panthers might not have a choice but to attempt to stretch the field.
Well, let's see what they're going to do here. We got under a minute left before we start the third quarter, and I also think that in actuality they're not really in the worst spot. They're only down two scores, and in a high school game, things can turn around pretty quickly. So, you know, I don't think that their morale or their confidence should be too far down. They was able to move the ball a little bit. They was able to get in the red zone, I think, a couple of times, but just wasn't able to punch it in. So this could have been a different score if they was able to at least put some points on the board. So they have some things to, you know, look forward to.
Yeah, when they were knocking on the door earlier in the first half, I agree, a touchdown could have made a difference. At least they have not turned the ball over yet. They've got to cut down on the penalties, and we'll see what happens. You know, they're just a couple of plays difference. You know, if they had given up, if they had jumped off sides on 4th and 2, if they hadn't allowed that big 16-yard run by Barringer on 3rd and long when Catholic was giving themselves up. If they lose this game, they're going to look back and say, man, those are some opportunities that got away. But that's all in the past. They got to take advantage of what they have in front of them now, and what they have is possession of the ball at home with an entire half of football to go.
Yes, indeed. And here we go. We're getting ready for the start of the third quarter here. McKinley is going to get the ball first. And like I said, I'm anxious to see how they're going to attack on their first possession. Are they going to run the ball and stick with the same game plan, or are they going to try to change it up a little bit? We're going to see what Coach Signator is going to do here. Down only 14 points. But I think that is very critical for them to be able to put some type of points on the board with this first series.
When they were down by a touchdown, it was a field position game. But now you're down 2 possessions. It's time to bring home the bacon. You got to get that goose egg off the board.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And here we go. McKinley is waiting on the kickoff.
So here comes Jack Gonsolin to kick it deep, and we're about set for the second half of football here down the bottom at McKinley High School in South Baton Rouge. And the band's cranking up. The fans are returning to their seats, and I think we can expect a pretty good second half of football.
Yeah, boy.
And here comes Gonsolin to kick. And he boosts a beautiful end over end. It's going to be near the back of the end zone, and it's in the back of the end zone. Touchback, and McKinley will take over at their own 20-yard line.
And here we go, Eric. It's going to be 1st and 10. Ball's going to be on the 20-yard line. McKinley comes out. And we're going to see what they're going to do. They actually...
So I see them bringing Charles Vaughn in the backfield. That tells me they're probably going to try to pound the football. Looks like Vaughn and I believe Moore might be the other running back.
Yeah, it looks like Moore is the other running back, and they got Jawan Ruffin is going to start the second half.
Pistol formation. Jawan Ruffin in the calling the signals. Twins to his left. There's the handoff, and there's there's Larry Moore rather, and he's dropped for a loss of. Ooh, that's not good. He lost 6 on the play.
Wow.
They're going to actually give him forward progress, so he'll only lose 4, but that hurts. That's not the direction you want to go to start the half when you're losing.
No, that is not the direction that you want to go when you're losing. And that tackle was by K. Malone, the linebacker. He's a senior. And he made a great play. He saw the receiver, and he pursued it very well and got him for close to, well, they actually spotted the ball. It looks like it's going to be a 4-yard loss. The ball is on the 16-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and 14.
Looks like they haven't started the play clock. Here we go. All right, 2nd down, 14 yards to go. Here come the Panthers up to the line of scrimmage. Twins to the left, 1 receiver to the right, pistol formation. And Ruffin's going to give it off, and that looks like Larry Moore again, still on his feet. And he's got the 1st down, 35. He's the 40, 45 midfield. He's the 45. He's the 40. He's the 35, 30. He's at the 25. Whoa, man. What a play by Larry Moore. And they're going to spot that at the 26-yard line of the Catholic High Bears. And that is a 58-yard run. 58 yards by Larry Moore. What a play.
Very good play. He was able to cut the ball back and go back across the field to avoid the pursuit and gain about 30 more yards. So now we have 1st and 10. McKinley has the ball all the way down to the 26-yard line of the Bears. They're in the pistol formation again. We have twin receivers to the short side. And there he is. He hands the ball off to Charles Vaughn. It looks like he goes up there for maybe about 3 yards, which is going to make it 2nd down and 7.
You know, one thing we've seen so far, Piper, is that even though McKinley has had to nibble their gains down the field in little bitty nibbles and bites, they've busted 3 big plays. So they've shown they had big play potential. If only they could get just a little semblance of a passing attack, they can put these Catholic High Bears on their heels. But if and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. We have to work with what we have, and the Panthers have got to try to bust another big one. 2nd down, about 8 yards to go. Pistol formation. Vaughn drops back, steps up, throws it downfield. We just mentioned that, and it's going to be just over the head of Jalen Johnson, incomplete.
And Jalen Johnson was wide open on there. It looked like he kind of short-armed that one and rushed it a little bit. Had a little bit of mustard on it, and Johnson couldn't convert on the play. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 now. And this is a very crucial play right here. I wonder what the play call is going to be. I like the last play call where they try to pass the ball, but now they're definitely in a pass formation and a shotgun, the pistol formation. And he hands the ball off
to
Larry Moore again, and he's going to come up short of the 1st down. He gets to about the 18-yard line.
I'm going to make a bold
22-yard line, I mean.
I'm sorry, my bad, man. I'm going to make a bold prediction, and I think Coach Sig's going to go for it. He's going to treat this as 4-down territory.
I would have too. That was the only way I would have ran that ball in a passing play. If I knew I had it, I was going to go for it on 4th. And here they go. They bring it. And Jaron Ruffin bring in the play, the 4th down play.
4th and 6. I mean, it's a manageable play, and we know they like to run. They might be able to run it, but they're going to have to deceive the defensive line. There's got to be some misdirection or something. Otherwise, they've got to go downfield. Pistol formation. Ruffin calling the signals. He drops back, and he's under pressure. He's going to scramble out to his right. He's taking off. He's got the 1st down. 15-10 to the 5. Touchdown! And the McKinley Panthers have wiped that 0 off the board and cut this down to a single possession game. A 22-yard run by Jawan Ruffin around the right side, and McKinley is on the board.
That was a very good play by Juwan Ruffin. He has very good awareness when he's on the field. It looked like it was actually a pass play, and he ran out to the right, and he saw that he had wide open field, and he was able to cut the ball back, avoid another tackle.
Not only did he have a wide open field, but he saw his options were very limited right away. Aiden Lopez on for the extra point, snap placement, kick is blocked again. But it's recovered by the Panthers. That's right, you cannot recover a block kick on a conversion in high school football, so that's that. And the score is the Catholic High Bears 14, the McKinley Panthers 6. You're watching McKinley Panthers football on Louisiana, allamericansports.com. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Piper. I just wanted to get that in there real quick before it was over.
Yeah, boy. And that's what's up, man. I mean, now they finally got on the board. And that should give them a lot of confidence right there. It was very crucial that they came out this second half and was able to put some points on the board. And McKinley did just that. So I was kind of impressed about it with the run game on that series that time. The only thing that I would have done different is I would have went for the two-point conversion when you score a touchdown. They already had one field goal blocked. They had another point attempt blocked. And so, hey, why not go for the two?
Well, here's the thing. The two-point conversions, it's a low percentage play. It's about a 50-50 proposition in the pros, probably a little bit less than that in high school. Lopez can make the extra point. That's not the problem. The problem is getting the snap, getting it to the holder, and protecting it, for a second and a half for him to get it off. I think Coach Signator's math was, even if this doesn't work out, we'll just go for it the next time where we'd have to go for two anyway. If we make it great, then we have the luxury of picking our options the second go round. But all that is moot. The kick was blocked. Lopez kicks it over a knuckleball. It's going to roll out of bounds, and that probably will be a penalty. We'll see what. There's a flag on the play, and I'm wondering what it's for. I saw some clapping by the McKinley coaching staff. Okay, I'm really curious because that should be against the kicking team for kick out of bounds.
Well, I don't know if he touched the ball. I don't know if the player tried to touch the ball and it killed the ball right there. Actually, that is a live ball when you kick the ball off. So if McKinley player could have jumped on it, it would have been a live ball, and they would have had it. It was actually a weird kick. It was a knuckleball toward the sideline. Looked like it was going to go out, but it actually bounced back inbound. So we're going to find out right here where the referees are hulling up.
Looks a lot like my golf swing sometimes. So referees are trying to sort it out. Kick out of bounds, I would assume that the Catholic would take the penalty and push him back. But just judging by the body language, looks like Catholic did something they shouldn't have done, and this might be against them. On the other hand, it could be offsetting penalties because you have a kick out of bounds and you have whatever the Bears are guilty of. So I guess we'll just take a wait-and-see approach and see what the officials call.
There's 9 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third quarter. The score is 14-6. McKinley just came down and was able, Juwan Ruffin was able to score the ball, 22-yard scamper into the end zone, which cut the lead down to 8 now. It's a one-possession game. And the underdogs, McKinley, has actually made this out of a game in this third quarter. Now let's see if the defense can be able to stop this high-powered offense of the Catholic High Bears. It looks like we're going to have Clyde Edwards-Hilaire in the game. And the referees are still huddling up. I have no idea what's going on. Our coach is telling his players to get off the field. McKinley High's defense is on the field. Catholic High is like they're in a timeout. Oh, it's a personal foul on Catholic High.
We're going to take a 15-yard hike the other way.
Wow, that had to be the personal foul. It had to be some type of unnecessary roughness. I didn't see the penalty.
Well, it looked like you said personal foul. I wonder what could have been done. I didn't even see any of the Bears players that close to the ball. So I'll tell you what. Now you mentioned they brought Clyde Edwards-Hilaire out. We got a nice healthy dose of him in the first half.
Yeah, now that it's a one-possession game, I want to see maybe if they're gonna bring out Darius Geis this half, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like they're bringing out Edwards-Hilaire again. He was pretty effective for the first half, and I guess they're going to give this sophomore a lot of more game experience. This is a big game to put him in on the road.
Who's got some moves, man?
That's right, down here in South Baton Rouge, baby, the Big Blue Machine, McKinley High School Panthers. And here we go, 1st and 10. Ball is on the 20-yard line.
And there's the handoff. Edwards-Hilaire with the rock. And, boy, he just muscled and powered and fought ahead. He might have gotten – he's close to the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it. It's about a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, he came out and he ran that ball that time with a lot of authority. I guess he come out in the second half and maybe Coach Gaben told him, hey, this game is going to ride on you, buddy. We're going to give you the ball.
I'll tell you what, that's not the worst strategy in the world if his second half is anything like his first half. Shotgun formation. Bryan passes into the flat. It is caught complete. I believe that's Flowers. No, that's not Flowers. But he does have the ball, and he's brought down. And it looks like Grayson Walsh, number 8. Was that who that was? Yeah,
that was Grayson Walsh, number 8. And we faked the one side of the screen to Belair and went back and gave the ball to Grayson Walsh for a pretty decent pickup. They have the ball now at the 36-yard line. There's 9 minutes left in the third quarter. They're in the shotgun. Eon Bryan is in the shotgun. And he hands the ball off. And that looks to be, it was a real short game. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And looked like that was to number 5, or Travell Johnson. They actually have him listed as defensive back, but they probably brought him in for a special play that time. But anyway, it'll be 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10. Here come the Bears one more time. Eon Bryan in shotgun. This looks like they're passing. Play action to Edwards-Hilaire. He's going to pass it into the flat. And that looks like a fullback or a tight end. Can't see who that is, but a big, healthy gain. And that's a 1st down for the Bears.
Actually, that was the 2nd time they ran that play. And they must see something on that side because the blocking and the secondary hasn't been too good on that side. And that's the 2nd time they come back with the faking to the short side and throwing the screen to the right side of the field.
That was Chris Cameron, number 89, on that play. And he walked away, did his job, had another seat on the bench. Well, they got him just rotating out. There's a play action on the sweep that's going to go downfield, and it's going to hit the receiver in his paws and bounce off of his paws. Incomplete. That was intended for Parker Salik, number 4, and they'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he had him wide open across the middle. I guess he must have heard those footsteps, and he dropped the ball. Plus, they has bad footing on the inside of the field. I will give him that. I've seen several players slip on the inside of the middle of the field.
Seen a lot of dust kick up, too, and it hasn't rained in a couple of weeks here, so it could be a little slick. There goes Edwards-Hilaire around the right tackle, still on his feet. Oh, boy, he got away with the face mask. Still his, look at him. You don't see guys fight for a single yard the way he did, and he's been doing that all night. Let's see what they're going to give it to him. He's going to get 2 on that play when they had him bottled up.
Wow. That was a great run. He's showing great power, great leg strength. It's hard for one player to bring him down. He seems to break off of the first tackle and was able to at least get 2 yards out of play. So now he's going to bring up 3rd down, actually. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. 7 minutes and 26 seconds left on the clock. Eon Bryan is in the shotgun. There's trip receivers up top. And he fakes the inside handoff and throws the ball out complete. And it looks like the Flowers. They actually called it. Yeah, I see his foot down. He actually called the ball complete. And that's going to be a 1st down.
Yep, 1st down. I was going to say it took Blood and Crips gang tackling to bring Edwards-Hilaire down that last play, man. He was not going down easy.
Yeah, you're right. I totally agree with you. It took literally a game. And here we go. Eon Bryan is on the right. Pass the balls out to number 37. That was Lance Chason on the reception. And looks like he's going to be close to another 1st down.
He threw it to Chasson off of 1 foot, rolling out to his left. That's incredible. I mean, at the high school level, you just don't see that kind of accuracy while moving. And Eon Bryan has delivered that tonight so far. 2nd down and about 3 yards to go. And they are moving the ball down the field on the Panthers. We'll correct your screen at home shortly. It's caught complete. And looks like took 2 Panthers to bring down the receiver, but not until the Bears pick up another 1st down. That is caught by Clyde Edwards-Hilaire again.
Yeah, and he seemed to be the workhorse this series right here. He's touched the ball. They gave him many touches, and He's delivering the ball so far. And this quarterback, he really has a strong arm. I've seen him roll to the right, roll to the left, and be able to put the ball at pinpoint accuracy.
They're at the 28-yard line. There's the man in motion. It's hilarious. No, it's a keeper by Ian Bryan. Oh, my goodness, he's a dual threat. That's the first time I've seen him take off all night. I just knew that was going to be a jet sweep to Edwards-Hilaire, and instead he took off, and it's another first down for the Bears.
And they're rolling right along. The Catholic High Bears are really rolling and got the ball and the momentum right now. I think that by Belair's punishing the ball and moving the ball up middle, it has the defense now kind of concentrated in on him. And that was a perfect time for a quarterback keeper. And they got some positive.
14-yard gain by Bryan. Shotgun formation. Twins right, one to the left. The lone setback is Edwards-Hilaire. Play action. Bryan rolls to his right, throws it on the move, and it is caught and it's complete. And I believe that's Chris Cameron. That is Chris Cameron. If the name sounds familiar, that's because it is. He is the son of LSU offensive coordinator Cam Cameron, and he's definitely got the body type for the game, that's for sure. So that will now bring up second down, and that was about a 5-yard gain on the play, so bring up 2nd and 5, ball at about the 9-yard line.
And here we go. Ian Bryan, the shotgun again. He throws the ball. Oh, he almost picked that ball off. He picked it off. Yeah, Sylvester almost picked the ball off that time. He actually read that play and undercut the receiver and went in front of the receiver and almost had the ball. Just couldn't pull it in. Sylvester
Neal's made some heads-up plays really all season, but especially tonight. That's at least the second time he's made a touchdown-saving defensive play. Trips to the left, Twins right. It's 5 wide. Bryan pump fakes. He was blitzed. Throws complete to Edwards-Hilaire, and he slips through the defenders for a touchdown. Wow. So close, but so far away for the Panthers defense.
Wow. That was a heck of a play, a heck of a head-up play by Ian Blair. He was able to avoid that pressure and get the ball. It almost looked like a Tim Tebow play when he used to run up to the line and just kind of lost the ball over the line, and it was right to the running back for the touchdown. Looked like defense players didn't even see it coming.
No, they tried to blitz, which made him hurry up. But he got it out of there quickly, and really the only McKinley players near him were engaged with another receiver. So Jack Gonsolin's going to come out to attempt the extra point and try to extend this lead to 15 points here in the third quarter. And here we go. Snap, placement, kick by Gonsolin, and he has been automatic. The kick is good. The score, the Catholic High Bears lead the McKinley Panthers 21-6. You're watching McKinley Panthers football on LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, that was pretty impressive right there, that drive that they came right back after McKinley was able to come down and put some points on the board, put a little bit more pressure on the Catholic High Bears. They was able to respond, and they responded, pretty quick.
You're thinking right now, McKinley had that impressive drive with those big plays down the field. They got a little air in their balloon, and it's flying high, and it's just like Geronimo came out with his bows and arrows and just let the air right out of the balloon.
Yeah, sometimes that can demoralize a team, but at the end of the day, now they're down 15 points, which is 2 scores. They proved that they can move the ball. Juwan Ruffin proved that he can run the ball. He ran the ball with like 2 or 3 big runs, and so I think they have the confidence. But the defense has to be able to stand up now. And
the Panthers have demonstrated that they're capable of busting big runs. They've done it 3 times. We've seen it. So, it's not impossible, but they've got to tighten up. They've got to tighten these guys up.
I think so too, but I think Edwards-Hilaire has been, he's been pretty amazing.
Darius who? So here we go around the. Nice return, Jalen Johnson. That is a 27-yard return up to the 28-yard line. Good play there by Jalen Johnson, using the whole field to get the Panthers some favorable field position.
Very good return. Usually the kicker that with his foot that he had, he'd always put the ball. I think they had touchbacks on all of their previous kickoffs, and now they was able to get a return and get the ball all the way out to the 28-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 with 5 minutes 34 seconds left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 McKinley, and let's see if McKinley can go back out and move the ball again like they did on the last series. They're in a shotgun formation. Jawan Ruff is in the shotgun. Had staggered backs. And here he goes. He takes the ball off, and it's Larry Moore. And a pretty good run. He gets the ball out to the 34-yard line. So actually,
6-yard gain. 6-yard gain.
Wow. That was pretty good gain on the first down, which is going to bring down 2nd down and 4. And the ball is on the 33-yard line.
So it's a pistol formation. Ruffin calls the signals. There's the handoff. There's big Charles Vaughn, and he goes down in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, he went down in a cloud of dust. The offensive line didn't get any kind of push that time. So I give credit to the defensive line for being able to stop the offensive line and just smother that play. He had no chance from the beginning.
Unfortunately, due to Vaughn's power, they only lost a yard in that play, so it brings up 3rd and 7. But that's one of the few times tonight that we've seen, McKinley has gone mano-a-mano with their offensive line versus Catholic's defensive line. That's one of the few times we've seen them really get beaten off the snap of the ball.
I've also seen that in most of the plays, actually all of the big runs that McKinley got, it was always on the right side of the line. And on the left side, they haven't been seen them getting too many yards.
3rd down, 5 yards to go, and Big Keon Smart calls timeout. Well, that's not something you see every day, the left tackle calling time, but he must have known something or seen or heard. He probably heard instructions from the sideline because Coach Sig immediately came out and had something to say to him. So McKinley has 2 timeouts remaining in the game, trailing 21-6 to the Catholic High Bears. I'd like to remind you to join us tomorrow morning on the Louisiana All-American Sports Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on 96.9 FM in Baton Rouge, WHYR. It's a low-power station, so if you're on the periphery of the listening area or you live outside of Baton Rouge, no problem. You can listen anywhere in the world from your computer at WHYR.org, or you can look for WHYR with the TuneIn app on your Android or on your Android phone or iPhone. So looks like the timeout is over. We're back to the action, and let's see what Coach Sig has dialed up in his bag of tricks.
Third down and 7. They're coming out of the timeout. I think that this is a very, very important time right now for them to be able to get a play and be able to execute it. Let's see how they do.
Pistol formation. Jawan Ruffin calling the signals. It's 3rd down, and it's a handoff to Big Charles Vaughn. Boy, that was a hand near the face. Vaughn still on his feet powering, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to, oh no. Well, he's going to be about 2 yards short of the first, and the Catholic High Bears are jumping up and down like a bunch of giddy high school kids, probably because they are a bunch of giddy high school kids, signaling they have the rock. There's a pile on at the bottom. McKinley now, I see some McKinley players clapping. I don't know who has the ball, but it apparently popped loose and Vaughn tried to push for that extra yard. They needed to get the ball to the 38-yard line, about the 38.5-yard line. They are at least a yard or 2 short of that. And the officials are confirmed. McKinley saying, we got it. Catholic, they're trying to plead their case to the men. And strikes, and the Catholic High Bears have the ball as they're jumping up and down. The offense is coming onto the field. The McKinley Panthers are appealing, and the judge is saying, no way. Looks like it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears. And I thought they I said earlier, I thought they got Charles Vaughn on the face mask. Now, if they saw that, if the dirty laundry came out and I just didn't see it, that's a whole different story. So now Catholic's offense is kind of waiting near the sideline. Piper, you got a read on this one, buddy?
I don't have a read on this one yet. I actually saw that same face mask that you saw. Also saw that they tried to run on the left side again and actually got a little bit of better blocking that time. And he was
big number 71 on that side.
Yeah, exactly. And they got a little bit of blocking, but now we don't have instant replay in high school, unfortunately, but to be able to go back and see exactly what happened. But from what I'm seeing, I think if you don't know exactly, then you should just leave it alone and let McKinley keep the ball. It's still going to be 4th down.
I'm going to take a wild guess, and I don't know anything, but just from what I saw, I'm thinking, well, here we go. There we go, face mask against the Bears. So it'll be a 1st down for the Panthers, and that is the correct call. I didn't see a flag come out. when Vaughn's face mask was grabbed, but that is absolutely the right call.
Oh, yeah, you called it, and you saw it. And it looked like another referee saw it, too. And that's a big break for the McKinley High Panthers. They needed that. And that brings the ball all the way out to the 42-yard line. We got 4 minutes left in this third quarter. And McKinley gets a 1st and 10 on a face mask. And now they're able to keep the drive alive. They're back in the shotgun formation in the pistol. Jawan Ruffin looks to the sideline for the call. 3 receivers set. And he hands the ball off to Lil John Lewis. He fakes one way and comes back up the middle and looks like it's back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a 1-yard game if he's lucky. Yeah! Lil John Lewis. You know, we love that name. We always joke with Lil John about Lil John Lewis. Every time we do a McKinley High School football game, and what a name for a football player.
That's a great athlete's name. It can't get much better than that. So here we go. Pistol formation, 2nd and 10. Lil John Lewis in the backfield. I believe that's Vaughn flanking the quarterback in the pistol. And that's a small start, and here we go again.
And here we go again. McKinley High Panthers, false start. He's going to back him up 5 more yards. But I like Lil John Lewis, too. I even like Jawan David Ruffin.
I like that one. I like that one. The late, great David Ruffin with the golden soul, the voice he had. Yes, indeed. There's some temptation there. It looks like Lil John was tempted to false start on that one, and it cost him 5. Pistol formation. Ruffin drops back. He steps up. He's under pressure. And he's going to go down. He's sacked. Good job, pursuit by number 48. That is Landon Porcio. Landon Porcio with the sack. Good job there.
Yeah, that was a good defensive play right there. I mean, actuality, I think the offensive line must have broke down because, hey, they bust through right then like they had a free reign at the quarterback. Luckily, he was able to kind of get out of the pocket and protect the football and not turn the ball over. So I do give him credit for that. But that's going to take them all the way back. Now it's going to be 3rd down and a mile. They're on the 29-yard line. They got to get to the 48-yard line and another false start.
Well, it was 3rd and 23, and I really hope they're going to call a offsides. And nope, they're not. So now it's going to be 3rd and 28. 3rd and a light year. I think we can expect to see Anthony Raby come on, unless the Panthers bust another big one.
Yeah, and you said it earlier, Eric. You called it. The turnovers and penalties, and actually, the Panthers don't have any turnovers tonight. But they had several penalties in key positions, and kind of shooting themselves in the foot. So here we go. I expect them to run the ball here, play it kind of conservative, and here we go, Larry Moore. He breaks one tackle. What a stiff arm right there.
Oh, the forearm shiver just took a Catholic High player to the ground. So that'll make the field position game a little more favorable for when Raby comes out to punt. As the ball is spotted at the 39-yard line. He gained 15 yards on the play. Unfortunately, they needed 28 for the 1st down.
Yeah, that was the unfortunate part. Yeah, he needed 28. And but that was a great run right there. Great stiff arm. He showed great lateral movement. But, hey, the penalty is what set them back. If they wouldn't have got the penalty, they got a 1st down. Here it is, over his head again.
Good job by Raby to recover, though. And it's going to bounce out of bounds right around the 42-yard line. Not the greatest kick in the world, as that's going to be only a 19-yard punt, no return, but it could have been catastrophic.
Yeah, it could have been very catastrophic. And once again, the center to punter exchange, not a good one.
If I'm a kid and I want to play football and I'm not the most athletically gifted person in the world, but I'm coordinated, I spend the whole summer with my dad or with my brothers and cousins, and I just deep snap. Because if you could do that, you're going to have a job on this team next year because they have not gotten it done all year.
No, they haven't having it done this year. I haven't seen it. So the special teams needs a little bit of not so special at the moment.
Brian fires. Oh, caught complete to Edwards. He's going to bust one all the way down to the 30. That was a beautiful throw into a very tiny window by Ian Bryan to Clyde Edwards-Hilaire. And just like that, it's a 28-yard gain by the Bears, and they're in enemy territory once again.
I think the Bears now they see blood. And now they're starting to actually put plays together. they noticed that same play from the goal line stance they did when he threw the ball to Hilaire, and saw that they didn't have a defensive player covering him or a linebacker when he came out. And so they came right back on his offensive play, first play, put Blair in motion, and they've been using him, and no one's been covering him right over the middle. And that's where the hole has been, over the middle.
Play action on the jet sweep to Hilaire, and Ian Bryan overthrew Parker Salik. Really, that's about the only knock I have on Ian Bryan tonight. He's really overthrown. I don't mean by inches, I mean by feet. Overthrown his receivers, open receivers, several times this evening.
Yes, he has. He has a real strong arm, and I think the ball kind of gets away from him sometime, or he maybe gets a little bit anxious. But for the most part, he's been accurate.
Yeah, some guys just don't know their own strength. Meanwhile, Clyde Edwards-Helaire around left tackle, still on his feet, following his blockers. Fumble! Ball's loose, and that is the break McKinley needed. I believe the Panthers have pounced on it. They do. First down, Panthers. And Wrong creature. And looks like a PA announcer got a little excited. I can't say I blame him. That is just the break McKinley needed to stay alive in this game, because the patient was about to be on ICU if the Bears kept on moving that ball. Turnovers have kept the Panthers alive in this game.
Exactly, and that's another big turnover, key turnover. The first turnover they had was in the end zone. This turnover was on a big play when Edwards-Helaire was really running the ball, but I think they kind of overworked him, and they finally was able to get that turnover.
So number 13, Justice Williams, doling out a little justice there, picking up the fumble and giving McKinley yet another chance to get down the field. Ball's at the 26-yard line of the Panthers, 1st and 10. Ruffin in the pistol formation. He's going to hand it off. It's Charles Vaughn, the big running back. Pounds the ball. I don't think he gained a yard, maybe one.
Yeah, maybe one. And McKinley is going right back to the same play. They're still consistent with their running game to the left side.
He didn't gain anything on that one. So it's going to be a second down, ball at the 28-yard line. Second down, 10 yards to go. And McKinley has got to capitalize on this turnover. Remember, they don't just need one score, they need two. So they've got to get cranking right now. The third quarter clock is tick, 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 ticking, tick, 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 ticking. Ruffin in the shotgun formation. The pistol formation. Twins to the left, one to the right. Ruffin rolls out, looking. He's going to float it. Not in a tight coverage into a tiny window, and that window almost slams shut on his fingers as the pass is incomplete, and it brings up third down.
That was a very bad decision right there to throw that ball. The guy was in triple cover. There's only 7 seconds left in the third quarter, so this is going to probably have one more play before going into the final quarter. But I think Juwan Ruffin on that play made a bad decision that time. He should have probably just tucked the ball and tried to get a few yards if he could, or gave himself up. But to throw that ball, that was a very, very dangerous. It was almost intercepted that time. He was lucky it wasn't.
Play clock is down to 10 seconds. Pistol formation. The Panthers have got to get this first down. They pitch it to Ruffin with the creativity of Vanilla Ice Cream. He's going to get piled on. He goes nowhere. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, the Catholic High Bears 21. The McKinley Panthers 6. You're watching McKinley Panthers football on LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com.
Yeah, boy.
Fourth quarter here on senior night. It will be fourth and about 7. When the Panthers retake the field. Here in the fourth down. In the fourth quarter. 3-6. The Catholic Bears 21. We're switching on field. And McKinley. It's like we're not the punting formation here, as Anthony Rickey is deep in the backfield. Hopefully, he doesn't have to deal with a bad snap, and we can give our defense some good field position.
So here we go with the start of the fourth quarter. Score is 21-6, and McKinley has to punt the ball to the Catholic High Bears. It's 4th down and 7. In actuality, they couldn't capitalize on that turnover that they got, and I think that's going to hurt them this quarter.
Look, you can't call anything a backbreaker with a 2-possession game and a whole quarter of football to go. But we talked about this in the first half. When you go back to those moments where we said, man, we might have let one slip, that could be one of those moments there. Anthony Raby out to punt. That was a good snap for once. Boots it away. It's a good end-over-end kick fielded at about the 37-yard line. I believe that's Salik. No, it's not Salik. That's Jake. I'm sorry. That's Grayson Walsh with the return. Brings it all the way back. Actually, it's an excellent return to the 45-yard line. So that is a 28-yard return by Grayson. Actually, he was right. I was corrected there. 18-yard return by Grayson. By Grayson Walsh. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears.
Yeah, 1st and 10, and special team plays. Catholic High Bears has actually outplayed these guys. They blocked 2 punts. They've had some good punt return yards, kickoff return yards, and here they go back to Edwards Hilaire right up the middle. He breaks 1 tackle. Man, it's hard to bring this guy down. Another 1st down. He brought it all the way down to look like the 33-yard line of McKinley High.
I've been thoroughly impressed with Clyde Edwards-Hilaire. I came here tonight all juiced up to see some Darius Geis, but I got to say I've enjoyed the Clyde Edwards-Hilaire show.
Oh yeah, Edwards-Hilaire has actually been the MVP of this game to me. He's carried the workload. He can actually catch the ball pretty good out of the backfield. Oh, there goes a mishap.
Ball's loose. Ian Bryan's Johnny on the spot pounces on it, so they lose yards, but they hold on to the ball.
That was a bad fumble handoff exchange he had with Edwards-Hilaire that time.
Yeah, he bumped into his fullback. He bumped into his fullback right off the center quarterback exchange. That was a bungle play all around.
And another missed opportunity for McKinley High as the ball bounced, but it was a loss of almost 15-yard loss. So this, 11? 9-yard loss. That's going to bring us 2nd down and about 20. And here we go. He fakes to Hilaire and gets the ball outside. Looks like to the tight end number 85. Or do they have?
I think it was 89. I think it was Chris Cameron.
Yeah, Chris Cameron. Wow.
So, the ball line from my friend Michael Roberts. We need to stop right here, right now. As it's a 3rd down, and obviously Coach Signator will be thrilled that they can force the Bears to punt. Trying to see where they're going to spot the football. They still haven't rested the ball on the ground yet. And there is a penalty. I see the officials. Okay, it's against the Panthers. They're walking the ball up to the 33-yard line. So that's the original line of scrimmage. So it's still 3rd and long. No harm, no foul. Actually, it's a little closer up than that. All right, so ball's up to the 33.
It's 2nd down and 14.
So they kept it 2nd down, so they must not have, okay. I got you. All right, so Ian Bryan throws in the flat, and, oh, man, what a speedster. Getting it all the way past the 1st down marker, and once again, McKinley got a little momentum. They took 2 steps forward, and with the penalty, they took 3 steps backwards.
3 steps backwards. They had him all the way backed up, and they allowed Catholic High Bears to get the 1st down. He's signaling for the 1st down. 1st down Bears, and they have the ball all the way to the 23-yard line of McKinley.
You know, Coach Chad Mahaffey of the University High Cubs said something very telling, very, I think, poignant in the post-game interview. He said, you can draw up all the plays in the world you want, but if the kids don't execute it properly, it's not going to make a hill of beans. You know, the defense has been in the right position to stop these guys all night long, but they have not executed. They made mental errors. That's not on the coach. That's not on the coaching staff. That's on the players. You know, they look at themselves in the mirror of the opportunities they let slip away when they had a chance to make some progress at the expense of the Catholic High Bears.
I think you're exactly right. I think that, you know, effort and being mentally sound, having a foundation, doing the fundamentals, this is where it shows.
There's the pass from Bryan to the, batted away. Is that Sylvester Neal again? I can't see the number from here, but that's another potential touchdown saving, Jalen Johnson with a potential touchdown saving deflection. Good pass defense there by the Panthers.
Yeah, they finally got a little doubled over the top, and he was able to come in from his safety position and timed it just perfect to be able to knock that pass right out of there. But the receiver had a step on the cornerback. But that's what a safety is for. He's supposed to come over there and break the play up, and he did an excellent job that time. Timing it just perfect. Now here we go. It's third down. This is a big play right here. Third down. And he fakes. Incomplete. He tried to go to Landon Flowers again on the slant pattern. The same play that they used to score the ball before the first half. But this time McKinley had something for it, and they was ready for it. And they was able to stop him. So this is going to bring up fourth down. This is big decision time. They have a good field goal kicker, but it doesn't look like they're going to use him. They're actually going to call Ian Bryan is actually looking to the sideline to see if they're going to, what play they're going to call. It looks like it's only fourth down and 2.
He's running the check with me. Oh, boy, it's a 4 wide. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. The lone setback, I believe, is Edwards-Hilaire. And there's the play action. Bryan suspect throws the long bomb to the end zone's caught. Oh, my goodness, what a catch. Touchdown, Catholic High. But there's a flag on the play. He may have pushed off.
Offensive pass interference. From what I've seen, looked like the receiver, to me, looked like the receiver pushed. He pushed the cornerback and held him down and then jumped up and caught the ball. That's from what I saw.
I think you're right, Piper. It looks like Travell Johnson got a little too excited and his eyes got wide, and the Zebras were right there. He wasn't going to get away with it. It's a push-off. So now it's going to be fourth and very long. That should be I believe it's a 10-yard, no, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, very big penalty because it was actually on fourth down. So now it's going to move him all the way back. It's going to be 4th and 17 now. So you think they're going to go for it now, or they're going to punt the ball?
Bring Johnson out there to kick it away with that leg he has. They just pin McKinley deep and make him have to work harder for it. And actually, that's 4th and 26.
Wow.
4th and 26. So here we go. Gonsolin out to kick. Deep to receive is Jalen Johnson for the McKinley Panthers.
Wow, 4th and 26. I wonder what kind of penalty that was.
That was
It was 4th and 2, wasn't it?
No, that was 4th and 11. It was 4th and 11.
Oh, really?
15 yards, yes, sir.
Really? I thought it was 4th and 2, but I may have looked at it wrong.
Yeah, the first down markers all the way at the 14-yard line. They had the rock. They were a yard behind the original line of scrimmage.
Right.
So they got tightened up on that one. Who called timeout? Thank you.
But nevertheless, Catholic High calls timeout. That was a great opportunity. It actually was a costly penalty for the Catholic High Bears. Now they're for sure to punt to give McKinley another chance. There's 9 minutes and 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Actually, Jack Gonsolin is going to come out and attempt a 56-yard field goal. But understand, in high school, unlike college and unlike the pros, if he's short, and it lands in the field of play, that's just like a punt. But with this leg, we'll see. Gonsolin waiting. The holder is Bryan. I'm a former place kicking coach, so I'm a little excited right now.
Yeah, is it going to be
There's
a fake?
the snap. The ball is down. Gonsolin kicks it. It's on the way. It is.
It's short. Man, he almost made it.
And I mean, he missed it by the hair of his chin. Jack Gonsolin, had that been a 51-yard field goal instead of a 56-yard field goal, you tack 3 yards on for the Bears. Now look, you don't get a prize for almost, but that was an impressive almost field goal. There are NFL players who don't have that kind of range.
Oh yeah, the way he kicked that, he's going to be almost famous.
Shane Graham couldn't make it that close from 56 yards on grass.
Yeah, I know. He did better than the Saints probably could pick him up right about now.
I said earlier, I think he's going to have a scholarship in his future. I'm pretty confident he's got a scholarship in his future somewhere. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Panthers. And actually, okay, it was just like a punt. It's a touchback if it touches the back of the end zone. So it's not like in college where it goes back to the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Pistol formation. And Ruffin is going to screen pass into the flat. That's big Dalen Coleman. He's going to power the ball down the field and up to about the 26-yard line. He'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. That was looking like it had big play potential. He had blockers down the field, but he actually looked like he kind of ran into his blockers and didn't go the other way.
He just said, screw it, I'm going to take you head on.
Right. But here we go. McKinley have to probably get in their speedy offense to be able to come to the line. The clock is steady ticking. We're right up at 9 minutes now left. They need 2 scores in order to be able to try to extend this game or win the game. So here we go. Juwan Ruffin is in the shotgun. He hands the ball off to Larry Moore. Excuse me.
He might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. I don't think he made it very far.
And here we go again. McKinley is 3rd down again. Looks like going to be 3rd down and 5.
And I'm almost resigned to the fact they're going to run the ball, and maybe they'll make it, maybe they won't. But the problem is they don't have the luxury of maybe at this point in the game. You got 9 minutes to go, and you just scored twice.
Exactly.
And you got a guy who can make 50-some-odd yard field goals, so they can put you away with, one more. It's a 3-possession game. You've got to get the first down. Ruffin steps back, pump fakes. He's wrapped up like, no, he escapes. He's running out to his right. He should have been looking downfield. He's still on his feet. That looked like a horse collar or a face mask. Regardless, though, he has passed the first down marker. That's a first down for the Panthers. That was a clutch escape and run by Juwan Ruffin with potentially the game on the line.
What a scamper. He looked almost a little bit like Michael Vick on that. He was able to break a tackle and get the first down. That was a very important first down. It took a lot of guts to be able to run in there. He looked like he had a receiver open, but he wanted it himself, and he took it upon himself, and he got the first down. So here we go. We got 8 minutes left in the game. McKinley 1st and 10, moving the ball on 33-yard line. Juwan Ruffin in the shotgun. He gets the ball, hands the ball off to Larry Moore again. Going on that left side.
It looks like on that 3rd down play, once he started to scramble, I think it was almost like a little bit of panic or the adrenaline kicked in. It looks like he stopped looking downfield. I don't think he ever saw the open man, but it worked out for him. Yeah,
it did work out for him, but he has very evasive skills, and he was able to make some positive yards out of the situation. So here we go. He's going to go 2nd and 8. Looks like, or maybe closer to 9.
And pistol formation. Ruffin steps up. He's got a little pressure coming. Throws downfield. Hit as he released. Incomplete.
Well, he took a big hit that time. He stayed in there all the way. He saw the defensive end coming in for the tackle, and he stood in there. I give him credit for that.
Yeah, that's not easy. I know if I saw some big boys coming down me, I just floated up in the air, throw it to the coach. He kept it to his credit. He did exactly what I criticized him for not doing on the previous 3rd down play. He kept his eyes downfield and at least got it in the neighborhood of his man, because the Panthers have got to start throwing the football. They don't have enough time to keep this ground game going.
Exactly. Running the ball would actually be going against themselves. They'll be killing the clock on themselves. So they have to pass the ball here. And we're going to
pistol formation.
Hand it off to Larry Moore again.
And he's going to go around the right side. I'm sorry, I thought I heard a whistle. Clearly not. But now it's 4th down. And you got to. I think you got to punt considering how deep you are. It's 4th and about 4th and 6. It looks like maybe. Let's see where the spot is. It's up to the 37-yard line. Picks up 3, so it's going to be 4th and 6. It's going to be a low percentage play. McKinley's had very little success passing the ball. They're not likely to run it for 7 yards on 4th down and 7 yards to go. The defense has shown that it's capable of forcing turnovers. I don't know that you just don't run Anthony Raby out there, kick it, and hope your defense can force one deep in Catholic territory, because this is a low percentage play, still with enough time to get 2 possessions remaining. Yeah,
I think so too. That's why he called a timeout, because this is a very important decision right here. They're going to have to be able to come up with something. This is pretty much for all the marbles right here.
And unfortunately now with the timeout, we talk about the clock working against them. They only have 1 timeout remaining. So, I just think that Coach Sig and his staff should have had that play, when it was 2nd and long, or when it was 3rd and long rather, before they even snapped the ball on 3rd down, they should have had a play coming in for 4th down, expecting that to be a strong possibility of happening.
Yeah, I think so too. What we're going to see is only 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the remainder of the game. We're going to see if McKinley can pull something out of the hat here. I know Eric sometimes usually likes to pronounce the dead. He's our corner here for tonight, but he hasn't pronounced anyone dead yet. He haven't gave no estimated time of death. So here we go. The fat lady hasn't sung yet. She's still waiting in the back of the dressing room.
She's still on her perch. There we go. 4th down. They brought Christian Smith in. A little bit of a better arm. Smith fires into the flat. Caught complete. First down. It works. So Coach Sig dialed that one up. And Christian Smith came up and made a clutch throw. And at this point, why aren't you keeping him in the game?
Exactly. That was my point exactly. I think we talked about this, and here he is coming back into the game. And we talked about this coming out of halftime. I thought that Christian Smith actually would have gave him a different momentum and came in because he can actually pass the ball a lot better. He's pretty accurate. He's a big guy. He knows how to evade the rush. So here we go. Let's see if Christian Smith can do something here. Oh, fumble.
I mean, it's good that he recovered the ball. I believe that was for Larry Moore. It's good he recovered the ball. That was a very dangerous method of recovery. He tried to pick it up on the run, and there were some Bears right behind him. If he did not get it right the first time, that could have been all she wrote. But fortunately, he got the ball back, but now it's second in a light year for the Panthers.
It's second in a light year, and you bring in Christian Smith and actually do a running play. I mean, you probably could have kept roughing in the game. You're going to run the ball, especially with the clock dwindling down. You're kind of running against yourself. I thought you would bring Christian Smith in. In that case, it was an incomplete pass. The clock would stop. But you're actually shooting yourself in the foot by steady running the ball and killing the clock on your own self. Well, you have to score the ball twice.
Second down, 24 yards to go. Pistol formation for Smith. Smith calling the signals. He drops back to the throw. He has lots of time. He's going to step up. That's not Smith. That's Ruffin. He puts it on the ground. Catholic picks it up. And now that patient's on his way to the emergency room.
Yeah, that was Christian Smith, actually.
It was?
Yeah. With the fumble.
Well, I thought that was... Okay. My bad. That confused me a little bit. I saw that movement in the backfield, and that's a tough one. And, you know, it was a good, I guess, personnel move. You could even see on the 4th down play, Smith throws that ball with a lot more velocity and zip. So if you need to get downfield, that's your guy. But if you can't hold on to the ball, you got a real problem on your hands.
You got a real problem on your hands. Actually, that was great protection, Harry. Yeah, he actually had a lot of time, but I think maybe by inserting him into the game in this situation, he was kind of hesitant on the trigger by pulling the trigger.
And there's Edwards-Helaire, and he's picking up right where he left off. Oh, what a nice move, a good juke. It's almost like I call the PlayStation the circle button. That was the right stick back button as he just stopped and evaded the tackle and picked up a first down. Boy, Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been sensational tonight.
He definitely did. He did the juke move and made the player come out of his shoes. The linebacker was over-pursuing it. He just stopped and started right back on a dime. What a great run by Edwards-Helaire. He is the player of this game.
Oh, he's got my vote off top. Second place isn't that close. I'd probably give it to Brian or maybe even Jack Gonston with that leg, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire gets my first and second place votes. We can talk about third after the show. Wait, hold everything.
I thought we had a penalty on the play. We did, actually.
Yeah, because it would have been first and goal. Now it's with the penalty, it's going to be first down. They're going to move it back 10 yards, repeat the down. It's going to be first and about 5 maybe. And there's the shift. And there's a little Statue of Liberty play. And here goes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire into the end zone. I don't see any flags on the play. Touchdown. And that is going to do it. Time of death. 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with a spectacular, looks like a 20-yard touchdown, 20-yard touchdown run.
And another trick play. And they look like they caught McKinley off guard a couple of times, coming out of timeouts or coming out of possession. The coaches have really been on the money with calling plays at the right time, and they turn into real big plays. And they would actually push the ball to the end zone. So now the score is 27-6.
Yeah, I'm going to call that one, I'm going to call that a soft Statue of Liberty play because he didn't hold the ball behind his back, but he certainly had that arm up and got that ball quickly into Edwards-Helaire's breadbasket. And McKinley's defense bit on that pump fake, hook, line. So you saw the safeties all step back when he did that. They bit it hook, line, and sinker because they've gone play action successfully so many other times tonight and thrown the ball.
Exactly. And it seemed to work, and it just seemed like McKinley had just kind of been one step behind a little bit. But I got to give my hats off to the Catholic High Bears. They're everything that they're hyped up to be. And here they go for another Statue of Liberty. And threw the ball.
Oh, did he catch it?
Did he catch that for the 2-point conversion?
I see the arms like this. I don't think he got it. They're saying no. Very creative play, though.
Very creative play. It seems like maybe now they're just trying stuff.
Now they're going in a bag of tricks like they're on the playground or something. That was a reverse halfback option. You know, a jet sweep halfback option. How often do you see that?
Wow. On an extra point.
I guess they figured they had nothing to lose. The score, the Catholic High Bears 28, the McKinley Panthers 6. You're watching McKinley Panthers football on Louisiana All-Americansports.com.
Yeah, boy.
And actually, they were lined up for the PAT, weren't they, originally? Or what? So we had a fake PAT, jet sweep, halfback option. Somebody has too much time on their hands to be drawing up these kind of plays.
Right, exactly. That's what I was saying. You know, they kicked the extra point on all of the other 3 times they scored, and on this time they actually tried something. To me, that shows that they're getting ready, or they just want to execute something in the game and see how it goes.
So apparently there was an unsportsmanlike call either on the touchdown or on the 2-point conversion attempt, because the ball is being moved up to the McKinley 45-yard line. And Gonson, I guess he's going to show any of those college scouts out there if he can make it. So it's going to be on a tee. He's going to try to make the 55-yard field goal off a tee. At least I would if I'm Gonson, because we know he can put it out of the back of the end zone, kicking off from the 40-yard line. So let's see what Jack Gonson's got here. I want to see if he can make it.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what he does. See how high he can get it.
Wide left, but it goes way out of the back of the end zone. He had the distance. So here come the Panthers with just a little over 5 minutes to go. And boy, oh boy, when it rains, it pours. I'll give the Panthers props. They traded blows, but at the end of the day, Larry Holmes got whooped by Mike Tyson. Yeah,
I think so. They were kind of overmatched in every aspect of the game, on the offense, on the defense, and on the special teams. But I think they fought hard, but it just shot themselves in the foot. They had penalties that costly times. And even though Catholic High Bears turned the ball over a couple of times, but at the end of the day, the better team prevailed.
Here's the problem: is the Catholic High team did turn the ball over a couple of times with the interception and the fumble, but McKinley, returned the generosity, and that was really the dagger. As bad as the penalties were, and the penalties were a thorn in the side, the fumble, particularly the last one on which Catholic High capitalized, that was a dagger through the heart.
Yeah, I think so too. And like you said, even though Catholic High had a couple of turnovers, McKinley could not capitalize on them. They got the ball. Even after big plays, they had big plays and moved the ball on the other side of the field. But when it's time to get close to the red zone they could never really push the ball into the end zone.
Ruffin, I believe, Smith's still in the game. He steps up. He's going to pump fake it. He's going to get wrapped up like a Christmas present, and they're going to call him in the grasp. Is that Larvinette? That's Smith, huh? Hold on, folks. We're going to get your license in that truck. That's Larvinette. So Larvinette's in the game now. And look, we've seen Eric Larvinette come in some long bomb situations, too. He can chuck the rock. And he's a lefty, and he fires it way downfield, and it's caught. Complete to Ruffin. He's got the first. I'm sorry, that's Coleman, not Ruffin. No, that is Ruffin. That's cool. Ruffin catches the ball and takes it all the way down to the 43-yard line of the Bears. So that is a 36-yard gain from pass from Eric Larvinette to Jawan Ruffin.
Yeah, that was a very good pass. I mean, he had patience with it. He had poise. He was able to put the ball on the money this time with the receiver going across the field and got a big gain. Let's see if they can do that again. Here we go. Larvinette back into the shotgun. He rolls to the right side of the field. He has time. And he throws. Oh, intercepted.
Flag thrown in the area of holding anyway, but it's
intercepted by Travell Johnson. He goes down the sideline.
He's finally brought down by Jalen Johnson. No relation and no matter, no difference. Eric Larvinette's writhing on the ground in pain, so that adds insult to injury, or I should say injury to insult. Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all Good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over until tomorrow starts the same old thing again.
Hey, when I hear that song, I know it's over. You've already pronounced the time of death. For the McKinley High Panthers, you know, at least the bleeding has stopped. Rigor mortars are getting ready to set in. But hey, I'm still rolling with my Big Blue. They had a great game tonight. You know, they just came up a little bit short. They went against a team that was very prepared. They got real good players. They got Division I players on their team. And hey, you know, don't hang your head. Go get them the next time.
So yeah, that play had a lot of. Wait a minute. So they're going to say he was out of bounds. Yeah, you know, when Larvinet threw the ball, there was a flag thrown. You could see the hole from all the way up here, so we knew even if it was something good, it wasn't going to count, and absolutely nothing good. The only good thing that came with that play was that Eric Larvinet walked off the field in his own power.
Yeah, that's the only pretty good thing about that play, Eric. But here we go. Catholic High has the ball. Eon Bryant's looking to the sideline for the play. I think right here they're just probably going to try to run the clock out. Give the ball. They taking out Edwards Hilaire. And what a game he had. He is my MVP of this game. He actually, I think what he tried to throw for a two-point conversion, he ran a touchdown, he caught a touchdown. And this guy has been all over the field all night. And here we go. That's Brian Fairbanks they brought into the game, I think? Yeah, that is Brian Fairbanks. He's actually listed as quarterback, but they bring him in, I think.
That's Travell Johnson.
Travell Johnson.
Folks at home, you think it's not just hard for you all to see the numbers; it's hard for us to see it too. We're in the press box. The sight lines of this press box leave a little to be desired for a broadcaster. That and the McKinley gray and blue, but nonetheless, Travell Johnson about a 3-yard gain. He brings up second down.
Yeah, it's second down, and now we're under 3 minutes left, and they're taking their time right now. It's going to be second down and 7. He hands the ball off to Travell Johnson again. He got the first down. Yeah, the way it looks, we got a little laundry on the field. And we'll find out here what the call is. But it doesn't matter at this point, whether it's on the Catholic High Bears or the McKinley High Panthers. I just think that these guys are, actually they're going backwards, so it must be a hold. They're bringing the ball all the way back to the 40-yard line of the Bears, which is actually going to make it second down and 10. So it had to be a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be second and 9, actually. Second and 9, Eon Bryan in the shotgun. He hands the ball off to James Berrigan.
Boy, Daniel James, there's no quitting that young man. Not only is he a ferocious athlete, he's also a very bright kid. I heard before the game on senior night, his choice of college, I believe, was Harvard, Cornell, and Yale, all Ivy League schools. And they're getting a good kid up there. That was a great play. Daniel James always brings it. His motor's always running, even with the game out of reach. And he made a nice tackle, probably saved the first down. Might get McKinley one more possession as it's now 3rd and about 5.
Yeah, that was a very good tackle. And here they're just letting the play clock run down. He's under center. Gives the ball to Berrigan again. And great stop right there. He was stopped in the backfield. McKinley was waiting on that play, but be that as it may, which would bring up 4th down as a minute and 20 seconds left. And they'll bring out Gosselin for the punt. And this is going to pretty much do it. I also want you guys to check us out on Saturday at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock on 96.9 FM. It's a small radio station, but if you also can catch us online at WHYR, Louisiana All-American Sports Show.com. We cover all of the high school games. We cover college. We cover the NFL, the big boys. We even going to cover the World Series tomorrow. and what's going on also in the NBA preseason. So be sure to check us out. That's 96.9 FM from 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. with Eric Hatfield, Louisiana All-American Sports Show.
So here comes Jack Gonson out to kick it away, and I'm just kind of getting excited to see him boom that kick. That kid has got a leg, and he's going to kick it. It's a high one. Almost lost it in the lights. Now it comes down. It bounces off a McKinley player, and now, oh, good. McKinley does hop back on. A good heads-up alert play to recover the ball.
That was good heads up because actually the ball hit like two players and no one fell on it. But he actually realized that was a live ball.
And for those of you who stuck with us all evening and maybe have not watched the Fall Classic, it looks like it's turning into a classic as the Kansas City Royals have the lead 3-2 in the top of the seventh. They are at bat right now at AT&T Park in San Francisco. So another Royals game coming down to the wire. How about that? What a surprise.
Hey, what a surprise. I mean, the first game was a blowout, and then Kansas City was able to rebound and tie the game at 1-1. So this is a very critical game. But game 3 is pretty much, we have laundry on the field. Looks like it's going to be a false start on McKinley. There's only 33 seconds left. Illegal substitute. But it's 33. Yeah, it's like 12 in a huddle. We got 33 seconds left. So this should be maybe the final play of the game. But, man, that World Series looks like it's going to be a good one.
And I'll tell you what, I really did not think that the Kansas City Royals had a shot against that Giants pitching. And then after they took Game 1 and San Francisco got home field advantage back, I really – if Kansas City takes this Game 3 and they're up by a run right now, they really have a puncher's chance in this World Series. They really – because they get home field back, and they have a chance to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Colossal upset.
Yeah, very colossal upset. San Francisco has all the experience, and like you said, after that first game with Bumgarner through that game, man, and those guys couldn't even touch him. And second game, Kansas City didn't let it shake their confidence. They came back and played their game. They stole bases. They came in and put the bat on the ball.
Sixth inning with those home runs, and they really turned it on when they needed to.
Oh, yeah. And they pitched good, too. So Game 3 is a tight game. Now it's starting to tighten up a little bit in this World Series. It looks like now that the runs are going to be a little bit lower. There's going to be more strategy involved as these games go on.
I got to say, this has been the best World Series. At least it's shaping up to be the best World Series since the 2011 series, the Cardinals and Rangers, the one where the Cardinals were down to their last strike twice and came back to win in extra innings and won it at home in Game 7. The last couple of World Series have been blowouts, but this one's shaping into something special. There's a long bomb from Lavernette off the fingertips of, is that Ruffin? Or is that Lil John? I was thinking that.
Lil John,
yeah! But he dropped it. No!
What?
It's third down. Okay! So you can tell we're getting a little silly here in the last few seconds of this game, as this has been pretty well decided for the last few minutes of this fourth quarter. Third down and very long. 17 seconds left to go in the ball game. We'll correct your screen at home just so you can see where the ball is, just in case the camera shot is not tight enough.
And this is definitely going to be the last play of the game. He just hand the ball off to Larry Moore this time. He goes to the sideline. He breaks one tackle. He comes back up the middle. Gets the first down. Gets the ball all the way out to the 35-yard line, but 6 seconds left on the play clock. They may get another call off, but I doubt it.
Stops it. Did he go out of bounds?
He stayed in bounds, so they're going to stop it for the first down. And pretty soon, McKinley called their final timeout with 6 seconds left. Hey, I guess this is just a moral victory to try to get off one play, maybe try to score, maybe try to do something. I see no reason in it. I just say, hey, get off the field healthy, come back and live and fight another day.
You don't want anybody to get hurt in a jump ball situation or anything like that.
Exactly.
But I understand the pride factor, and these are kids, and they want to at least, put a little something else up there. I mean, I get the mentality. I just, big picture, I think you just, let it run down.
Yeah, I totally agree, Eric. This was a game that, in actuality, when I look at it, it went pretty much how we thought it would go.
By the way, that was a 19-yard run by, was it Larry Moore?
Larry Moore.
Who carried it. He's got to be close to 200 yards. He's got to be over 150 for sure. He's got to be close to 200 yards tonight. Outstanding performance by that young man. He's, back in the old days, they have the college game and they pick 2 MVPs, 1 from each team. Larry Moore is definitely my McKinley MVP. that's the end of the game.
Final score is going to be 27-6.
That's the end of the game with the final score. The Catholic High Bears 27, the McKinley Panthers 6. You have been watching McKinley Panthers football on Louisiana AllAmericanSports.com. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us tonight. And I guess we'll get our parting shots in. Piper, what I took away from this game, this McKinley team, in spite of the score, is much improved over last season, in my opinion. Good teams like Catholic were blowing them off the set early. They traded punches with them, but at the end of the day, they just had a better fighter with a harder punch, and Catholic was able to deliver a knockout shot, albeit not until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think actually the running back, and they didn't even use their Darius Geis. They actually had Edwards Haline, and he was the player of the game to me. I also think that they got a couple of big runs when we talked about with Taylor, and they was able to move the ball a little bit. I mean more. They was able to move the ball a little bit, but they could never punch the ball into the end zone. You know, they got a couple of turnovers, but they could never capitalize on it. So they were just kind of, what they laid dollars short on them, pretty much.
And those are the visible difference makers in these kinds of games. Darius Geis did have the one touchdown from 3 yards out early. He said, all right, I got mine. Checked out of the game.
Right.
Looks like Edwards Elaine was able to carry it all. So join us tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, 11 o'clock a.m. for the Louisiana All-American Sports Show on 96.9 FM. If you cannot hear it, if the signal's low, if you live outside of Baton Rouge, hey, doesn't matter where you are. WHYR.org from any PC anywhere in the world, or you can find WHYR on the TuneIn app on your Android phone. For Gerard Piper, I'm Eric Hatfield. Good night.
If you see us singing tonight,